Good morning. This is your wake up alarm. 3, 2, 1.
This is Ace and TJ 5G.
Hello, testing 1, 2, 3.
Ace. TJ. Riggins. Alexis. Tech D-Rob.
Every day.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Oh no, it's not gonna be a good day. My allergies kicking in. I was sneezing, my head hurts, and I forgot to use flow days this morning. My flow days. I use my bad days, but I ain't use my flow days. So I'll be like this here all day, like that there.
Clogged up. Backed up.
Yeah, hold the flow days.
Is that one of those things you got to go up to the counter to ask for? Because they got them locked up?
That's meth making stuff like Sudafed, stuff like that.
You can't get high off Flonase?
No.
Alexis, can you get high off Flonase?
I don't know. I've never tried it because y'all scared me saying that my nose was going to fall out.
No, that's not Flonase. That's Afrin.
Oh, okay, well.
Neosynephrine.
What's the reason that razor blades are locked up now?
Because they're a high price item and they're easy to put in your pocket, I guess.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because
they're expensive.
I just had to buy razor blades for the first time in a while, and it's like you got to take a book up there and have them, crack that thing open and take the razor blades out of that big clear box.
Like to shave?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, just he combs his hair with a razor
Well,
blade.
I was thinking like box cutter blades. I don't know.
No, you got to go up. They go up there. And
That's insane. I haven't seen that.
Oh, really?
Where do you get them?
These I just got at CVS.
Okay.
I haven't got them in a long time.
But yeah, they're very, very expensive. I've taken now to. I can't even believe I'm going to say this. It's embarrassing. I buy the huge container of razors, disposable razors, at BJ's or Costco.
Why is that bad? I don't get it.
Well, because it's
get a great deal.
It's like for poor people.
Yeah.
Because he's buying in bulk like regular people do.
Welcome
TJ
to the
doesn't do anything
club,
like regular
bud.
people do. And I'm surprised because everything
You're poor now.
Yay!
But everything that
He got
regular
with
people
us.
do, when people get onto something, TJ gets off of it. So I'm surprised that he still does that.
Well, poor people don't got a choice.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
You still doing 5 blades?
No.
You're down.
They don't make a 5
Oh, no.
disposable like you just throw away the whole thing.
It is tough times. It's down to 4.
Yeah. Still with the lubricating strip, though. I'm not a savage. The
God.
double lubricate, top and bottom.
Yeah.
Not a savage.
Not yet.
Is that hard to admit?
I'm not on Naked and Afraid yet.
See what's trending.
Now trending on the Ace and TJ Show.
So we have now begun Lent.
Lent has begun?
My dad has given up beer again. It's his yearly Lenten thing. He gives up beer, and he loves beer, so it's a big sacrifice for him. But now people are on the internet sharing the things they've given up if they participate.
No, I wasn't raised Catholic and all that, or a Methodist, which is what I was for a while. But I don't consider myself Methodist anymore because it got too liberal. But Easter is the end of Lent. So, right? So does your dad just sit down and drink a case on Easter Sunday, or you got to wait until Monday?
Like would go way over the top. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
But does it end like the morning of Easter, or after Easter has gone and it's into Monday when you can start back?
Maybe you go to church on Sunday. That's what we normally do, Sunday morning, and then you have a beer afterwards, and I'm sure it hits those lips, and I'm sure he's just thrilled about it.
But again, he gives up beer, so he can still have a drink. He will still have a drink.
A lot of people interpret it differently. Some people are like, you can do it on Sundays though. But no, he's all in. So
I
he
always
doesn't
thought
drink
you
at
had to
all.
be all in. Whatever you give up, you're supposed to just give up completely.
Yeah, a lot of people will say, oh, you can do whatever you gave up on Sunday, and you don't have to not eat meat on Friday. But yeah, no, they're all in. They're like super Catholic though.
Feels like I'm in Lent right now from not eating fast food and all that.
Yeah.
I started it early.
You got Jesus struggle buses. You on?
Yeah, just tell Jesus this is for him.
Yeah, it's just for you,
Double up.
Jesus. Right, I get points while I'm at it.
This is for you, God. I'm gonna be looking great for the summer. Today's National Chili Day. A lot of people do chili differently. A lot of people say there shouldn't be any beans in chili.
Never.
Yeah.
You
that's
ruin it by putting beans
That's
in
Texas style. You know, people in
The
Texas
beans?
don't believe in
Oh,
beans.
don't believe in beans. Okay. Are y'all I'm a chili year-round person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
we do
too. It
chili
doesn't
all
have to
the
be
I
cold.
never understood chili is just fantastic all the time.
And
What
then add
about
cheese
gumbo,
to it.
Ace? You know, Louisiana people, we're not supposed to eat gumbo in the winter. Is gumbo different than chili? You still stay off of it?
Like
because
I'm not opposed to it,
Yeah.
but I don't know that I've ever had it in the winter.
Yeah,
you
because
can-
nobody makes it.
Yeah, I don't know that I ever have had it in the winter. It's a good point.
I mean,
think have.
yeah, in the summer. I mean, yeah, it's only for the winter.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And you can put chili on everything. Put it on spaghetti, put it on a potato, put it on fries.
That's exactly what this is saying. It's,
rice. I love it.
Put it
I
in
love
rice.
it. Hey, it's Mexican gumbo.
Yeah,
there you go.
basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love chili over rice.
Yeah, and add cheese.
Over some white rice and grate some cheese in it.
But you know what? I did something as a kid that I just don't think I could bring myself to do now. You know how your tastes change?
Yeah.
Like if you try to get me to eat a now and later right now, I'd probably gag on it, but I loved them when I was a kid. Canned chili. I don't think I could eat canned chili right. Just straight out of the Hormel, heated on the stove like a can of soup. I don't think I could do it.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
y'all have gone and gotten all bougie.
No, I just don't think I would like the taste of it. I mean, I would try it again, but I just
Yeah.
don't. Because making chili is so easy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not as easy as opening a can and heating it.
Exactly.
Dump some cheese into it and you're good.
Ew,
But yeah,
no.
just drown it in cheese.
Yeah.
Y'all love liquids in cans. Ugh.
Yeah, Alexa's very anti-can.
It
Anti-can.
takes like 2 minutes and you're ready to eat.
I'll tell you something else that I know it shouldn't bother me as much, but if I'm cooking and it calls for chicken broth, and I didn't boil my own chicken and make my own broth, I feel like I was like, oh, that's not going to be nearly as good. If you have to use, like if it's just a half a cup or a cup of chicken broth that you buy in the box thing in the store, I always feel nervous that it's not going to be any good.
And the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, the CEO, the guy in head of the Oscars, says they have a crisis team in place for the upcoming 2023 Oscars to, quote, quickly navigate any potential real-time emergency. So this is obviously on the heels of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. And they said they've got a crisis team now.
Yeah, but what he didn't say was what they would have done differently. For example, when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock last year, had they had a crisis team, would they have run out and swiftly taken Will Smith to the back? Would they have grabbed him on the stage, or as he went back to his seat, would they have quickly escorted away? He doesn't say what the crisis team will do. Just, you know, we have a series of potential issues, and now we have a way to deal with them with this crisis team. But nobody would say, like, for example, here's what's going to happen.
I want to know what the crisis team's going to look like.
What do you mean? How they'll be dressed?
Well, because you know we're talking about the wokest culture in America today. Just say that happened they had the crisis team last year, and a bunch of white guys go out there and start roughing up Will Smith because he slapped Chris Rock. What kind of an apology tour would they have to be on then?
Right.
How would that have changed things? It's going to have to look like a meeting of the UN. The security team is going to have to.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Got to keep it on the up and up. Can't
I
have
want
that
to be
going down.
part. I want to be part of that.
You want to be part of the crisis team?
No, the selection of the just to watch and observe how they go about doing that, because you got to be so careful.
They should get an outside company to run the crisis efforts.
Yeah.
Some sort of security detail. Surprising they
Well,
don't
they-
have security anyway.
They probably will contract someone to come in as the head of security and put a team together, and then make sure that whoever's in charge of the academy, whatever rough and tumble guy that is.
Yeah. Somebody
They
just
know what
tackled
they're
Reese
doing.
Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Devastating.
Yeah, because they're also going to have women on that.
You bet.
They have to make sure that because women could go crazy at the Oscars and need to be restrained.
Yeah.
And how's it going to look with big men jumping on some woman and like getting on Reese Witherspoon, putting her face in the carpet?
Stay down. Make it happen. I mean, listen, give people a reason to watch the Oscars in
Yeah.
2023. Let them fight. Who cares?
Turn it into the wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we're
It'd be
getting
great.
somewhere. Yeah.
Let's let them fight. So those are a few things that are now trending.
There are parents who posted on TikTok bragging about what they've done with their children. And it did not go well. They have suffered a tremendous amount of backlash. We'll see how you feel about what exactly it is that they are bragging about next.
Get more Ace and TJ than ever before
Wait a minute.
at acetj.com or acetj.tv. You can hear and see the Ace and TJ show anytime you want. More Ace and TJ is coming up. Want to see your business on Ace TJ TV? Contact us now at acetj@acetj.com. The show will be right back. And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
Your little, don't call him my boyfriend, made a new friend yesterday. And he was all excited about it,
He
right?
was so excited. He sent me a text message.
And he doesn't have many friends here in North Carolina because he's from New York.
Yeah.
And all of his friends are there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he texted me yesterday and he's like, hey, I made a new friend. So I called him because I was like, it better not be a woman friend. I don't like that. So I need clarification.
Okay.
So I called him. He's like, yeah. He was like, I was at the grocery store and this guy just came up to me and asked me if I played sports. And he was like, we got to talking and he works here in Charlotte and we exchanged numbers and blah, blah, blah. So I was not trying to ruin his excitement or his fun, but I said, is that how guys make friends? I was like, do they just go up to random guys at the grocery store and just start conversation and ask them, hey, do you play sports? And he's like, I don't know, I guess. I'm like, I don't know, babe. I was like, I think that he might be interested in something else.
Like he may have been flirting with him.
Yeah.
And, like,
Do you play sports?
Yeah, who says that, right?
Well,
Y'all,
I mean,
y'all don't do that?
Well, I've told guys in stores and all before I've come to them and say, hey, wow, you've got the body of an athlete. So it's kind of the same thing.
It's a little strange to me.
Here's my question, though. Do you play sports? I would think would normally need to hey, we're looking for... Yeah, we're trying to pick up one more player for our softball team or for our basketball team or something. But that didn't follow. It was just the opening line was, do you play sports?
Yeah, I don't know if the guy has some type of league or whatever the case was, but that's still weird to me.
But you said that guy that approached him is an athlete. He played college football.
He played college football, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But still, would you go up to a guy and just be like, hey, do you play? I don't know. That just seems odd.
No, that wouldn't be my first thing that I would say to someone that I saw as a stranger in the store.
And at the grocery store, out of all places.
That's very true. Very true.
I would get it if it was at a sporting store.
So you didn't tell him any of this?
I did. I said all of it to him, and he told me I ruined everything.
Yeah, which is what you tell me all the time.
I wonder where he got that from.
Look at the twist that took place there.
I told him, I said, listen, I'm just trying to make sure that you're okay. You're good.
Yeah,
you know what's going on.
If he were at Academy Sporting Goods or something and he's overlooking at the golf clubs and all, that could be hey, you play golf?
Yeah.
How often do you play? I don't get out there like I used to. I got a baby now, and my wife's on to me about being gone too much, whatever. That kind of thing could strike up a conversation. But just walking up to somebody in the produce section,
That's what I'm thinking.
Hey, wow.
That's where I imagined it in my head. It happened.
You look very, very fit and coordinated.
Mm-hmm. And if he was wearing those little joggers that he wears, I don't know.
All right, so
That does seem odd for there not to have been a follow-up of, so we're looking for a guy to play on our softball team if you're interested, kind of thing. That I would totally understand because you see a guy and think, I bet that guy's good. You just want the best players.
Yeah, but he was so, he sounds so deflated after I just ruined this thing for him.
But he doesn't need to have it ruined. Let him find out. The guy may be just a normal guy. It may just be the way he starts conversations with people.
I don't know.
What do you think, Riggins?
I think it's totally normal.
Really?
Yeah, at 100%.
I wouldn't go up to a girl and be like, hey, and I don't know. I just wouldn't do that.
I don't know.
Women go up to each other and say things like, "Oh my girl, I love your hair," or that top you're wearing is so cute. Where did you get that? I mean, strangers who are women will say that kind of stuff to each other, and that's pretty much the same kind of thing. It's like he just approached him about some man thing about sports.
I don't think that is that common at all. I don't think that's common at all. Just to walk up to some guy and go, "Hey, you play sports?"
No,
and
it's
then just
not.
start a conversation with him. It seems weird to me.
It's not common, but I can see where maybe he's not used to approaching people and all that. Yeah. So how are we going to find out? He's going to start the friendship with him and pursue it?
Well, I asked him yesterday because I had an event last night, and so after I left, I said, "Hey," I was like, "Did you text your friend yet? Have you guys texted yet?"
This is why guys can't have friends, because he makes a friend and she's like, "Gay!" It's like, okay,
That's a good point. That's a valid point, Regan.
gay.
Yeah, and now she's mocking him. Doesn't even know.
Oh, is that your friend? Is that your boyfriend? Oh, you're gonna make out? It's like, shut up. You haven't even you're like in your pajamas, like your hair's in a dirty bun. He's like, yeah, because I'm tired of hanging out with you. I gotta make like an actual friend. I'd be thrilled. Get away from you. You got like Cheeto dust on your fingers. Like, is that your boyfriend? Shut up.
Go hang out with your friend.
So,
How's your friend doing?
Yeah.
How you doing?
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.
This lady is a mom, and she say that she thinks there should be kid-free movie theaters. No kids in the movie theaters.
Not bad.
And she said it doesn't matter what the movie is. Like, even if adults, like, Rob wants to go see an animated movie or something, there should not be kids allowed into it. You could go with that, couldn't you, Rob? You don't like kids?
No, I do not.
He just admits it. No, I do not. I do not like children.
And you know why it is? I think I figured out why Rob doesn't like children.
Why?
Is because they are, with the things that they find fun and entertaining and all, they are his peers, and he doesn't play well with others, and so that's why he doesn't like children, because he's not good at sharing. Like, he wants all the comic book movies to himself. He wants all of the animated T-shirts to himself. He doesn't want any of the other little kids having them.
That's an interesting point.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're ruining everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids are crowding his world because they like the same things.
How dare
So
they?
it would seem like everywhere Rob would go for some fun, he would run into a bunch of kids that he doesn't want to be around, because everything he does is built for children.
It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So he lashes out.
I should be selling that lemonade, not you.
No. But he would want to sell it from inside the house.
Yeah.
And they have to leave it. He would leave it outside, like, come get it at this time.
Yeah, but leave the money.
Leave the money.
Right. On the honor system.
I think it's maybe because he's scared that when he's going into his world, which is a childlike world, that the other children are going to beat him up. You remember? Because he was scared to go outside to those 9-year-olds that were taunting him on the doorbell camera.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're afraid of physical violence from a 9-year-old, Rob?
I mean, I don't, because I can't hit him back. So
Oh, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, you
I'll
wouldn't
go
even
to
hit
jail if I hit him back. So I don't want
You
to
a
get
punk.
involved.
But think about how many tender moments of joyous tears Rob has probably had interrupted in one of his movies by some child yelling out or something.
Yeah.
The kid speaking out when Spider-Man is turning back into Tobey Maguire or whatever. It's rough. Now I understand him, and I get it. Yeah. I get it.
The kids are crying. He's crying. Like,
Exactly.
everybody's crying.
Yeah. And he's afraid they're going to get all the chicken tenders at the concession stand.
They're moving
all the
in on
nuggets.
everything that he loves. He just
Everything.
can't get away from them.
Mm-hmm. Everything.
The Ace and TJ Show is now your favorite radio and TV show in the morning. Stream us anywhere on our YouTube channel at Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ Show.
You've got until Monday at 10 to tell us how $10,000 could change your life forever. It's the first quarter of the rest of your life. $10,000 coming from our charity, Peyton's Promise. This is part of the promise, fulfilling a promise we made to the radio family back in October when you helped us raise $57,000 with Peddling for Peyton. Like, hey, we're going to do even more this year. After a huge edition of Breaking and Entering Christmas, this is the first thing we're doing right now is first quarter of the rest of your life, a chance for you to win $10,000. Got to go to acetj.com/first to get that in, acetj.com/first. And that's where you get signed up. Fill out the form. You'll have 100 words or less to tell us about why $10,000 could change your life. There's a couple, they're parents, and they posted this TikTok bragging about how smart they are with the life hack that they've developed. And it didn't go well for them. First, here's like an overview of their TikTok.
Meet my son, Cannon, our thrill-seeking boy who can't get enough of Disney theme park rides. The only problem, you ask? He's just not tall enough for the big ones. But we didn't want that to stop him from feeling the rush, so we took matters into our own hands and crafted a shoe that just might do the trick. With the help of towering heels, extra flip-flop bottoms, and some Gorilla Glue, we've possibly discovered the ultimate theme park hack.
So what they do is they take flip-flops that are pretty thick, and they split cut the bottom part, the sole off the flip-flop. Then they craft it to fit his shoe, then use Gorilla Glue to take a couple of them. He's not big. Did they say how old he was, Riggins?
He's 4 or 5.
He's a small little boy.
Yeah.
And then they make shoes that have very thick bottoms to them, which make him tall enough to ride rides that he wouldn't normally be able to ride. And I guess typically the person running the ride just checks the height, doesn't bother to check how thick the bottoms of your shoes are.
Right, and we've known of people, buying shoes for their kids that have a thicker sole on it. They're just a little bit too short, but not actually, because there were some in the years that we would take grandkids to Disney World, and some of the siblings wouldn't be quite tall enough, and so their parents would bring along thicker shoes so they could just get that little bit. But it's raising his height a pretty good bit.
It's a good bit.
And the reason why that they make you have to be a certain height is because of the way the rides twist and turn. If you're not tall enough to be locked in safely, then it's a safety hazard.
Yeah, and it can also sling you around in the ride because the belt and all the seat harness doesn't come down firmly over you. And if they thought this was going to get them a bunch of positive publicity or whatever, it's not, because just scrolling through the comments, there's not one that I've seen that's positive. Awesome. I've always been curious how far a child can fly when he's flung from a roller coaster because the restraints don't hold him properly. You do know that if he gets hurt, you can't sue, right? You could be banned and they could sue you. Oh, cool. I made my son shoes that help him fly off roller coasters. We crafted a shoe so that his risk of death will increase. These are the types of comments that people make, and there are hundreds of them.
Yeah, I don't agree with all those comments. People need to mind their business. I mean, I agree with I don't agree with the dad either for doing this, but you put anything online, I guess you should expect, especially when it comes to people telling you what you're doing wrong with your kids.
Yeah.
That whole people believing that it takes a village. It doesn't. I got news for you. It doesn't take a village. It takes just the parents to raise a kid. Now, the rest of the village can go have a beer.
Right.
Mind your business.
Do either of them need to go to penitentiary or hospital?
Well, I'm going to say that he may end up with a little legal trouble with the song choice he put in his viral video, because I don't see John Fogerty, Creedence Clearwater Revival being very forgiving about using their copywritten material for your little TikTok video.
I wondered about that as well. I don't know how that works.
Not really what you would call easygoing people. Is he still alive, John Fogerty?
Yeah.
All right.
No, he's still alive.
Yeah, and he's a miserable old fart. I mean, he's not going to play this crap. That guy may have to go to penitentiary because he's not going to have enough money to pay the lawsuit.
That TikTok may come down soon. Anyway, it's okay.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
There are some things in life that you see people do and you go, man, that's really smart. That's a really smart person that would do that. And there are other things that you see people do in life that immediately make you think, that person is dumb. Next.
The Ace and TJ Show is now more audio at acetj.com and more video at acetj.tv. Hear and see the show anytime, how you want, when you want. This is the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, sometimes inventions hit our lives with such force, they change everything. Wait until you hear the record that was set 17 years ago today, and how long it took for that record to be set. It'll blow your mind. Next.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
This year, make the most of winter in Gaston County. Yes, it's winter and the days are shorter and it's tempting to hibernate, but there are all sorts of ways to have fun, both indoors and out right now in Gaston County. Outdoors, there's fast and dry snowless sledding at the chutes at Crowder Springs, ice skating and more at the Whitewater Center, and it is the perfect time for a great winter hike in Gaston County. If you want to stay indoors, you can check out the Shield Planetarium and Museum. Plus, you can always root for the home team at Belmont Abbey or Gaston College, play the slots at Catawba Two Kings Casino, and as always, great shopping is abundant all over Gaston County. Indoors or out, the winter is a great time to make some memories with your family in Gaston County. Get details now and see all of the incredible opportunities to have a great time this winter that are happening in Gaston County at acetj.com/Gaston. That's acetj.com/Gaston. This winter, make some great memories in Gaston County.
Hello, if you are a business owner, we know what it's like to be in business. From HR to accounting, we know the struggles, and we're here to help you with insurance so we can take one thing off your plate.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 23rd, 2006. The 1 billionth legally downloaded song was purchased on iTunes. That song? Speed of Sound from Coldplay's 2005 album X and Y. iTunes had just been created in April of 2003. So in less than 3 years, over 1 billion songs were legally downloaded. Today, that number is over 25 billion, and hardly anybody downloads songs anymore. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Ooh, if you need some furniture for your house, the bedrooms especially, then you need to go see our friends at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture. A bunch of locations throughout the Lake Norman area, serving Charlotte and beyond. So whatever you need, not just the bedroom furniture, mattresses and box springs and that sort of thing, but the accessories that go along with it. I'm looking at their website here, and it just says, when you need the bed frames and support, linens, mattress protectors, pillows, toppers, all bleeding accessories. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, it's bedding accessories. I misread. I'm like, what's a bleeding accessory?
What
do you need that?
bleeding accessories.
So yeah, all of that stuff at great prices at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, and some of the most comfortable living room furniture and all that you will ever rest your beautiful body upon. And the people at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture have a great delivery service, and the people there working for them for the delivery are kind and knowledgeable and very efficient. So, Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture. Go to acetj.com/mattress to find them. Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
So there's a thread online. People are sharing everyday activities they've been doing wrong for years. For example, somebody pointed out you can take the silverware basket out of the dishwasher to unload it, or even to load it.
Yeah, I've seen people do that.
I've seen people. I never do it.
No, I always do.
I
that.
do.
Do you? Mm-hmm. I always just take them all out and then spread them out on the counter, so I can kind of go through them a little easier that way.
Oh no.
All of the knives and spoons and forks, and then I put them on the counter so I can kind of grab them real quick. And how would I get cut? I'm not a moron. I can see the blades not sticking up.
I do that too, and I separate it into, like I put a towel down and separate everything into there where I just have to pick it up and put it in its slot.
Yeah, I just take the group.
Oh my goodness!
Like you get the group of forks, and then, you know.
Are you a business end of the forks and all down or facing up?
Up.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, not me.
Wait, what do you mean business end?
The fork part of the fork, not the handle, but the fork.
Yeah, the prongs facing, when they go in, they're facing up. So when I put my hand in to grab it, I grab it.
No, I put them down so you grab the handle coming
Yeah.
in.
That's what I do. I still grab the handle.
But mine only has slots for like the handles. Like if I put it business end down, it wouldn't go in all the way because that's the way that thing works.
Well, let's get you a new dishwasher.
Right.
One that's more versatile.
Oh, you mean, I thought you've been in the drawer. You meant in the thing.
Yeah, in the basket.
Yeah, the business end down. Yeah, handle up, business end down.
I've never heard of it called business.
Okay. Here are a couple of the everyday activities people have admitted they realize they're doing wrong. Sliding your thumb on the space bar of your phone will move the cursor.
Yeah.
That's a trick I learned on the show a few years ago. I didn't know that at the time. Don't waste celery. If it goes limp and loses its crunch in the refrigerator, you can soak it in water overnight. It'll come back to life.
Recycling celery.
I know. To open a beverage can with a tab that's flush with the top, just push down on the hinge of the tab and it'll raise the other end.
Yeah.
That just seems to make common sense. Is that, you know? And somebody said rinsing your hair with hot water can leave your hair frizzy and dry. That's apparently not the case if you use cold water. And people commented saying what they do is, a lot of people do this. They wash their hair with warm water, and then when they go to rinse the conditioner out of their hair, they turn the water as cold as they can stand it. And it keeps your hair from being frizzy.
Ooh, chile.
So just some things to take into consideration.
But that doesn't mean it's cold. As cold as they can stand it.
Stand it, right.
Ace TJ 5G. Thanks for watching Ace TJ TV. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be right back. And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ dailies.
We're on YouTube right now. I guess I should apologize to Mr. Todd, who runs our YouTube, because I wore a light-colored hoodie today, and I'm not supposed to wear anything light because it washes me out because I'm so pale. Pale-face ace is what they call me.
What up, YouTube?
Yeah.
It's almost greenish.
So
Yeah, you do look you have a little green hue.
Yeah, okay. That's probably just the
Looking
color.
jaundicey.
Yeah. Thank you, Rob.
You got green jaundice.
You got
But
you
hey,
walking jaundice.
You are lighting up the room as the Green Lantern.
That's right.
So you can check it out on YouTube, Ace TJ TV. It's Paleface Ace and TJ in the morning.
Oh, shamrock shake looking in.
What?
It's like mint green.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah,
weird.
why are you mint green?
I think it's the way he dials down the color to try to make it darker, make it sharper on my camera, because my camera is different from everybody else's for whatever reason. We have 3 different cameras in here, and something about that makes this color, this cream-colored hoodie I'm wearing, look kind of greenish. I think
Mid chocolate.
I don't know. Thank you, Rob. You're just full of it this morning, aren't you?
I just turned on a ring light in my face.
Cute.
Can you tell the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's reflecting out of your glasses.
Yeah, especially from your
Like you have
glasses.
2 white dots for eyes.
I probably shouldn't do that.
You guys are so high maintenance. Me
I'm
and
not doing
Riggins
anything.
just be chilling. We don't even worry
I'm not
about
doing
it.
anything.
I'm not high maintenance at all. It's just I just can't help the fact that I'm very pale.
We look like we're on a Zoom call.
Yeah, exactly.
Your skin is very nice.
Y'all are wondering about your lights. We over here on a 1.3 megapixel camera slapped on a Chromebook. This is as good as it's gonna get.
I know,
We got to get both of y'all in one shot. We got to do it with a different camera.
It's a struggle over here.
Y'all are lit by a neon sign behind you.
and you don't hear us complain.
Y'all sitting under the neon moon.
Yeah. Well, y'all aren't paying for it either.
Yeah, whatever.
It is what it is.
I'm not complaining. I'm making an observation that I forgot today and wore a dark. I didn't wear. It's my fault. I didn't wear a dark color like I'm supposed to wear. I'm not supposed to wear light colors anymore in here for anything. Apparently,
Just in general.
it's just like a
general.
dark T-shirt is all I'm allowed to wear from now on for the rest of my life. Apparently.
You should have been born so white.
Yeah, Ace. You ever think of that?
Yeah, I should have done something about that.
Think about that.
You know, and
Yeah,
now-
don't blame Mr. Todd. Blame your Irish ancestors.
Yeah.
This is the Ace and TJ Show live on acetj.tv.
I'm not trying to tell you what to do because I appreciate everybody who listens to the Ace and TJ Show, but you need to go check out our YouTube channel because I had to change shirts today. Because I had a white T-shirt on that I really love. It's a whitish colored T-shirt. And then I remembered after I was about to leave, like, oh, I can't wear the white shirt because it messes up the camera. And so I had to go back in and grab this hoodie and throw it on because at least it was a little bit darker color. So our YouTube channel, Ace TJ TV. The things that I do to try to keep everybody happy. Not getting to make the fashion statements I would like to make.
The fashion statements, huh?
Statements?
Statements.
The fashion statements? That's what I'm making?
You're a fashion statesman.
There are things that you see people do that make you realize, like, that you just think, that's really smart. Like, that's a really smart person that would do that. And then there's the flip side of that, things that just make you think, that's one of the dumbest looking things I have ever seen. There's a mom on TikTok who has revealed a rather unique method of getting her kid to sleep. It involves leaving the decision up to the child. Her name is Alice. And she says she and her husband, Caleb, are trying a method called intuitive sleep. And it's, you know, you just go to sleep when you feel like it's time to sleep. It allows them to figure out for themselves when they're ready to sleep. There are no bedtimes in our house. Her little kids go to bed like whenever. Quote, we do intuitive sleep. So we all go to bed when we feel like it. I sleep 9 to 11. Caleb and Fern, that's their kids, they're more midnight to 3. I'm sorry, Caleb's the husband, and Fern, they're more midnight to 3. Kids staying up all hours, and immediately people were discussing, this is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Like, you just can't let a kid decide when he or she is going to go to sleep. It doesn't work that way.
Well, when does she sleep, did she say?
She goes to bed between 9 and 11.
Oh, okay. I thought she sleeps from 9 until 11.
No, that's kind of when that's her window typically when she intuitively falls asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And people were just roasting her. I mean, obviously they had some supporters, but the majority of people were just saying things like dumb. What is the behavior that you see and automatically it makes you think this is a dumb person? Look, we all do something every now and then that could be construed as people could look at you and go, you're just an idiot. It may not mean you're dumb, but when you see it, you think you're an idiot. That's dumb. You actually think the person is dumb because of what you see.
Yeah.
Oh, I think countless things a day for me.
I'm sure it is, TJ. Can you give us one or two?
Watching somebody pick up dog poop.
Why does that make them dumb?
I'm just kidding. I'm messing with Briggins. It's usually things like the way they park, or if they're in front of me in line at a store and they say something stupid, if they use a joke or some line that they think is very creative and all, but it's something that everybody talks about, like when people say you got a face for radio, when they say that,
it's dumb.
It's like, oh, what a Dumas. A Dumas.
I think number one for me, and for a lot of probably the number one answer is when I see people driving alone in their car with a mask on. What are you doing? You're the only person in the car. Now, and I realize, because I've caught myself when the mask mandate was happening, you wear it, you get in your car, and you're wearing it so much you would forget you have it on. I'd be driving down there. I remember one morning driving, and it was like, why am I having a hard time breathing today? Then I realized, I've got a stupid mask on. By myself, I'm in the car. I realized I felt like an idiot, and I realized I was dumb. But seeing people driving in their car by themselves with a mask on, instantly I think this person is a moron. Yeah. Like, why would you do that? You're the only person in the car.
I think that when people wait hours and hours and hours in line to get something stupid.
That's a good one.
Okay. Such as, so what do you
like when McDonald's came out with that Szechuan sauce? They brought that back, and people were just camping out outside McDonald's and trying to get some Szechuan, whatever it's called, sauce.
You see those people and instantly think you're dumb.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I'm usually, that's just my opinion on things that other people are doing that I don't think are worthy of. It's just my opinion. Like waiting outside in the cold for days, trying to get a pair of tennis shoes or a video game.
Dumb.
Yeah, that's dumb.
So at the Ace TJ show, what is a behavior that you see that instantly makes you think that person's dumb? We'll get to it next.
The Ace and TJ Show 5G app is sponsored by Papa John's. Order now on our app, the Papa John's app, or papajohns.com. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Is that bacon?
Oh, good morning, sunshine. How'd you sleep on your Sweet Dreams mattress?
Fresh baked cinnamon rolls?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't actually come to your house without your prior consent, and we would never let ourselves in. What you have just witnessed is simply a dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Y'all making fun of me.
Quit yucking my yum.
Making fun of you? All I said was you had little hands. Do you not have little hands?
Whatever.
That require little pens with Spanish words on them?
I always like the people who, throw the most barbs at everybody to say, why y'all always treat me bad?
I'm not hating on y'all. I just laugh at the dumb things you guys say sometimes.
But that's what we're doing. Good point.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you did. You did. You said Hefe.
Why you me?
Why you on me?
On your laptop one time, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Ew.
These are the one-star strip club reviews. This is where we go across the country and read real strip club reviews from the internet. Just got a couple. We will start in Syracuse, New York, a place called Lookers. Tony left a 1-star review. Moments after going in, I wanted to leave. I will say they have a really cool looking stage. A couple of the girls were hot, but this is not a place where I am comfortable sitting down anywhere. 1 star.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. Is Ace TJ 5G?
So if you need advertisement done for your business, and you need the creative work done, and you want it to be the best, the absolute best, most creative work ever, then you need to check out Ace TJ Media, because we'll be the ones creating your digital content, your audio, your video stuff. Well, Mr. Todd will do the video editing and everything with his muscles. Takes a lot of muscles to edit videos these days, so he's strong and ready to go. And again, this is not a situation where you get what you pay for. You're going to get way more than what you pay for. The quality of it. We're just that good. We're fantastic.
Just that good.
We are basically superheroes of the branding advertisement world. It's what we've been called. So go to acetjmedia.com to check it out. acetjmedia.com.
Alexis just showed me a picture of her cat, whose name is Khaleesi. And she said this. She goes, "Look at this picture," and she takes a lot of pictures of her cat.
I do every day.
And I've seen them all, basically. I've seen almost every one of them. It's a cute cat, and she said something kind of interesting. She goes, "I just love her so much, it hurts." Mm-hmm. And then you said something about comparing it to being a parent.
Yeah, because you said that you kind of understand that because you feel that way for your dog Riley, but you said that when you're upset, you can get very upset with them. And I was like, well, it's kind of like how parents feel. So
it's probably the closest thing to being a parent without being a parent.
Exactly.
That you could get to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Mm-hmm. But there's this new study that came out. The lonely cat lady stereotype is just not true. They did a comparison of 1,000 Americans who own cats and 1,000 who don't, and they found that women with cats are more likely to be in a relationship than women without.
Broop.
Broop. So it's not a stereotype after all.
Mm-hmm.
Who did the study?
Fiskas. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Female cat owners of America?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who did the study. It's a study. What do you mean?
Yeah. A lot of people have cats now, and a lot of cute girls have cats.
No, I was just wondering if it was done by Friskies or Purina or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. But if this is what they found, that's what they found.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know any crazy cat ladies.
I don't either.
But that's usually not, well, I don't know. I was going to say it's not usually younger women that you would describe that way who are truly that way. But there are a lot, yeah.
There's enough of them to make a
Make a stereotype, yeah.
Ace TJ 5G.
You're dumb. Things you see people do that instantly make you think that person is dumb. At the Ace TJ Show is our Twitter handle. Mark on Twitter DM'd us and said, when I'm behind somebody who doesn't turn right on red, instantly that person is an idiot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What about when people wear their hat cocked to the side?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Because it makes it look like they couldn't even properly complete the task of putting on a hat.
Okay.
And, you know, it's got a guideline for you right there, which way it needs to go.
Here's a lady who DM'd us and said, keep me anonymous, but I think when people color their hair those bright blue, pink, or purple colors, they are dumb.
Yeah.
Or sexy.
Yeah, I can't. When someone can pull it off, they can pull it off. And I totally would have my hair like that if I could.
That's not a sexy pull it off look now. That's been hijacked.
Oh. I just think it can still be kind of sexy.
Have you seen it lately, though, and it's been sexy, like green hair and blue hair and all that?
Not that I can think of. A shade of red every now and then is pretty good.
It's been hijacked by all those teachers that get featured on the TikTok.
Yeah.
For the crazy things they do in their classrooms.
Here's a good one. Lauren says, when people very confidently use words incorrectly. Someone a few days ago said, you know, you have to incentivize sometimes. Wait, no, that's
you could say that.
Yeah, that's correct.
Incentivize?
Oh no, she was trying to say improvise. She said it like 10 times. I cringed every time. Another coworker said, always says, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Oh, God.
That's a good. I'm using that from now on. I don't like being the barrier of bad news.
She said, I wish you were the barrier of bad news so we didn't have to hear it. It drives me nuts.
That's a funny thing to say, too.
I know.
And then somebody tagged it with, I have a former coworker who would say "sunt" all the time. Like, they haven't sent us that yet.
Sent
us. And then it would drive, they always thought, you're a moron.
But that's just an accent thing.
Yeah.
Probably.
Jay said, making or participating in a ridiculous fad video. Like when everybody would be planking years ago. I mean, it's years ago, but still, you get the idea.
We did some owling back in the day.
Yeah.
Some teapotting.
We did teapotting and planking and flanking. And
Or the crate challenge, that was so stupid.
Yeah,
People doing that, you're getting hurt for fun, you're dumb.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The crate challenge is pretty fun, though, because it was fun to watch people
being dumb.
They were dumb because any moron could look at that and go, this is not going to work. This is very dangerous. You had a good one, Alexis.
Yeah, when people comment on celebrities' Instagram posts, I think that's so dumb. Like, you think that person's going to see what you wrote. And sometimes I have, like, friends that I see comment on the post. I'm like, you're dumb. Just makes me, like, change my opinion about them.
What about people who headbutt inanimate objects?
Ooh.
Why would they do that?
Well, they get mad. They're like, oh, and they hit their head on, like, a pole or something. You don't do that.
Sometimes people are angry.
You don't do that, do you? I know you punch walls and stuff, but you don't headbutt them, do you?
I mean, if I have to be honest, I've been known to do that.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe.
Sometimes. I mean, I have, a door, a refrigerator.
Well, then I take it back.
You don't look dumb.
No, you don't look dumb at all when you do that.
Oh, you do. No, you do. You are dumb. I am. When I do it, I'm the first one to
Yeah,
do it.
you're going to give yourself a concussion because you're mad.
It is very dumb. And I'm positive at some point in life, I've been so angry that I've done that and given myself a concussion. I've done it enough to where I've seen stars and had to take a knee.
But while you were seeing those stars, did you comment on their social media posts? Because Alexis would add to a double dumb.
Double dumb.
But,
no, it's not a double dumb.
But what would make it worse, Ace, in that situation? Because you're that mad that you're headbutting, doors and walls and stuff. If another person that had made you mad, that's the one in the room that made you mad, told you that was dumb, you're just an idiot. Look at you. Or just busted out laughing hysterically. Like you're so dumb, I'm laughing at you.
Yeah,
Would that make it worse?
Busted out laughing would probably make it better because then I could at least stop and laugh. Like, I realize how stupid this is.
Would you laugh, though?
Yeah, I can laugh at it. I always look back at it later and think like, damn, man, this is bad. Y'all thought I was joking that day. Well, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed to admit this. But yeah, my refrigerator has a dent in it where I slammed my head against it when I got so angry one day. I just so frustrated with life that I just hit it with my head.
No, you didn't tell us that. Yeah, I told y'all that. Well, no, you didn't tell us that.
I think I did a few months ago.
That's the first I've heard of this.
No.
Oh, we would have been talking about it.
Oh, my God.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Fashion Week in Milan is getting a little seedy. You're not going to believe what they're asking these models to do. Details now trending. Coming up next.
The Week in Review is sponsored by Calotrend. Go to acetj.com/weight loss to find out more about Calotrend. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, sometimes inventions hit our lives with such force, they change everything. Wait until you hear the record that was set 17 years ago today, and how long it took for that record to be set. It'll blow your mind. Next.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Hey, hon? What are all these people doing in our house?
Oh, they're from Sweet Dreams. They stand behind their furniture. Isn't that great?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't literally physically stand behind the furniture in your house. What you have just witnessed is a simple dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Hello, if you are a business owner, we know what it's like to be in business. From HR to accounting, we know the struggles, and we're here to help you with insurance so we can take one thing off your plate.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 23rd, 2006. The 1 billionth legally downloaded song was purchased on iTunes. That song, Speed of Sound, from Coldplay's 2005 album X and Y. iTunes had just been created in April of 2003. So in less than 3 years, over 1 billion songs were legally downloaded. Today, that number is over 25 billion, and hardly anybody downloads songs anymore. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ. This is Ace TJ 5G.
$10,000 could be yours. You got until Monday to get your entry in for the first quarter of the rest of your life. The $10,000 comes from our charity, Peyton's Promise. We're going to give $10,000 to somebody, provided that money will change your life. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/first. acetj.com/first. Fill out the information there in 100 words or less. Tell us how $10,000 would change your life. acetj.com/first or pinned at the top of all of our social media. It's the first quarter of the rest of your life.
Alexis, what's it like to be tripping on Trank?
Huh? What's Trank? Tranquilizer?
No, it's that, what is it? Xylazine, what they call the zombie drug. It turns people into zombies and all.
Why would I know what that's like?
Just a shot in the dark.
Oh, okay.
You know, I mean, let's be fair. If there's anybody in the room you're going to ask, who's the go-to on that? I like that though. Tripping on Trank.
Tripping on
Yeah,
Trank.
but this is bad
tripping on
business
Trank.
because they use it. It's for veterinary use. It's not safe for human consumption. It's a non-opioid. But the thing about it is that people who are overdosing on Trank don't have a reaction to Narcan. Narcan doesn't stop it. So it's just, I mean, that basically turns people into walking zombies.
But like as they're eating other people, like they try to like bath salts type of zombies.
They could be, but it's more. It says it eats their flesh.
Oh, ew!
I think.
See, why would you do that?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, remember when the bath salts was a thing and people were biting each other?
That's what I'm
off?
saying. I'm
That
like,
was
what kind of
wild.
zombie you talking
That was
about?
kind of a wild time, wasn't it?
Back when we was young, when people would just take bath salts and eat faces.
The bath
Now,
salts thing.
look at them.
That's pretty much over though. The bath salts thing's kind of done now, right? Nobody's getting high with bath salts anymore.
Right, that's so 2010.
Yeah.
But it's a flesh-eating drug.
Oh,
Trank.
And you got to get it at the vet?
No, well, that's what it's used. It's used at the vet, but they've started putting it out on the streets, and that's what the story is that big cities are now starting to really feel the pain. Started in Philadelphia of this Trank. But it sounds very appetizing.
Yeah, what part
to be
of
called Trank? That sounds so delicious.
But what part of
doesn't
it sounds exciting? Like it's gonna be so much fun.
Right.
Maybe you get a euphoric feeling in the beginning, like heroin, and then it just goes downhill. I don't know. That's what I was asking.
Ace TJ 5G.
Welcome to the Calitron Ace and TJ Studios.
Live from the Calitron Ace and TJ Studios.
But unless you're listening to this like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or whenever you've downloaded it and all, then it was recorded live. What do they call it? Live to tape from the Calitron Ace and TJ Studios. This is the news. So, Calitron, if you need help losing weight, that's the which way you need to go. acetj.com/weight loss. Order it now.
Now trending on the Ace and TJ Show.
It's a weird scene unfolding at Milan Fashion Week. We'll get to that in just a second. But Cocaine Bear is now in theaters. People are talking about that. So Cocaine Bear is trending this morning. It's based on a true story where a bear gets into a bunch of cocaine.
Friday night. It's like party time.
Get crazy, and then kills a bunch of people. Now, I don't know if the real story that this movie is based on, if that happened, but I do know the bear got into some cocaine.
Well, considering it shows in the trailer that the bear grabs a woman by her legs and just pulls her out of sight through the woods. Like one of those deals, like if it's somebody hiding under a bed and then the killer reaches and grabs their ankles and pulls them really fast. I don't think the bear did that.
I think
because he does, it's the lack of opposable thumbs. I think that would keep the bear from doing it that way. But
the key word is based.
Yeah, based
on a true story. So we do know that there really was a bear that found a satchel of cocaine in the woods and went crazy, but the rest of it's probably pretty improvised.
Yeah, and I think they're working on Cocaine Shark, because that also happened. The shark got into some cocaine that was left in the ocean after some smugglers weren't able to get it across the border, so a shark got ingested a bunch of the cocaine. That seems even scarier.
I love it.
A great white on cocaine?
A square grouper.
Yeah,
that's what they call dope that's been dropped in the ocean.
A square grouper. Catch that. Brandon Miller is trending this morning. He is the top trending topic. And this is kind of a wild story. Have you guys been following this at all? He's a freshman for the University of Alabama.
Yeah, the basketball player.
Basketball player, and they played South Carolina last night. And Brandon Miller, his friend, is now awaiting trial for shooting somebody. I didn't follow the whole story. A woman was killed.
She was pregnant. Mom, I think. She was not pregnant. She was a mom.
And
he provided the gun.
He brought the gun allegedly to the person that shot her, or was involved with the person that shot her. I'm not really sure. But anyway, he was allowed to play because he's not facing any charges, and the team and the school is not, punishing him for anything. So, but when they played last night, the South Carolina fans, every time he got the ball, they were yelling, "Lock him up, lock him up." So it was just kind of a dramatic show during a college basketball game last night.
Yeah, and you got to look at it from both sides. That's a weird catch-22 for the University of Alabama, because he hasn't been accused of anything. I mean, he hasn't been accused of a crime. He hasn't been charged with anything. And if you don't let him play, then you're facing this situation where perhaps ultimately he could end up, with a lawsuit against the school. Or so there's no good way to go there. They just have to ride this out, wait and see what happens.
So where did that even come from, that he, of people accusing him of providing the gun for the crime?
The guy's gun was in his car, I think, and they were saying Brandon has never even held a firearm before, but apparently the guy called Brandon and said, "Hey, come over here. My gun is in your car." And I guess he went over there, delivered the gun, which was then maybe passed on to another guy that was used in the shooting of this woman. So I don't know, but he had a career high of 41 points last night, so he wasn't affected by the controversy at all.
And that doesn't mean that he knew what the guy was going to do with the gun.
No, they say the key word is delivered. They say he never touched the gun. He was not involved in the exchange at all. He just drove over, and the guy got the gun out of his car.
Yeah. So people are saying there's a couple of stories going on. He had this career high 41 points, and then the South Carolina fans yelling, "Lock him up." But it was an intense scene during a college basketball game last night.
Yeah, I don't believe in all that.
What's that?
Acting like someone's guilty before they're proven guilty.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially when the information is as little as it is on the whole situation of his involvement. Now, if he turns out to be guilty, then so be it.
Yeah,
It's America, though.
A lot of comments about SEC fans, though. I don't know how you guys felt about that.
What do you mean?
Is it just trashing SEC fans, saying they're the worst in the world?
That's because they're jealous.
I figured. And then guests arriving at Diesel's Milan Fashion Week show were surprised when they saw 200,000 boxes of protection. 200,000 boxes of male protection. And the models walked around this huge hill of boxes of protection. Look at that.
Don't.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what the message there was. It's Diesel. I mean, they make jeans. Don't really get it, but...
Well, I'm sure it's something they consider to be art.
It's fashion.
Yeah.
Look it up. Get a clue. Deal with it.
Going back to the other thing we were talking about, Ace, you were saying people, when you assume that they're dumb, you look at what they're doing. Abstract artists
are dumb.
and the people who act like they know what the abstract is, and get into all that they don't.
Maybe. Bold statement. I love it. So those are a few things that are now trending.
There's a story going around. You know where it's going around? On the internets, of a groom doing something right before the wedding is about to start that I think is the worst, outside of killing everybody in the church. This would be about the worst I've ever heard of, a groom doing something right before the wedding is about to begin. Wait until you hear this, and then we're also going to get anybody who may be able to relate to it in any way. So this is going to be what you talk about the rest of the day, especially you ladies. Hang on.
Ace and TJ. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, sometimes inventions hit our lives with such force, they change everything. Wait until you hear the record that was set 17 years ago today, and how long it took for that record to be set. It'll blow your mind. Next.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
This year, make the most of winter in Gaston County. Yes, it's winter and the days are shorter and it's tempting to hibernate, but there are all sorts of ways to have fun, both indoors and out right now in Gaston County. Outdoors, there's fast and dry snowless sledding at the chutes at Crowder Springs, ice skating and more at the Whitewater Center, and it is the perfect time for a great winter hike in Gaston County. If you want to stay indoors, you can check out the Shield Planetarium and Museum. Plus, you can always root for the home team at Belmont Abbey or Gaston College, play the slots at Catawba Two Kings Casino, and as always, great shopping is abundant all over Gaston County. Indoors or out, the winter is a great time to make some memories with your family in Gaston County. Get details now and see all of the incredible opportunities to have a great time this winter that are happening in Gaston County at acetj.com/Gaston. That's acetj.com/Gaston. This winter, make some great memories in Gaston County.
Hello, if you are a business owner, we know what it's like to be in business. From HR to accounting, we know the struggles, and we're here to help you with insurance so we can take one thing off your plate.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 23rd, 2006. The 1 billionth legally downloaded song was purchased on iTunes. That song? Speed of Sound from Coldplay's 2005 album X and Y. iTunes had just been created in April of 2003, so in less than 3 years, over 1 billion songs were legally downloaded. Today, that number is over 25 billion, and hardly anybody downloads songs anymore. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. IG.
Ace and TJ 5G is brought to you by O'Connor Insurance Associates. They want to help you get the most insurance for your money. That's why they're great people. They treat every customer how they would want to be treated. Start your insurance journey today. acetj.com/O'Connor.
Okay, let's do a round of what you into today. Alexis, what you into today?
I'm into hanging out with all of y'all later at our live show tonight. It's going to be fun. I always love hanging out with you guys outside of the show.
Yeah, me
She's
too.
also into lying today.
It's my fave.
TJ, what you into today?
Trying my best to not seem miserable today because I've got meetings and a live show tonight. But I think I'm doing pretty well. That and like after I had interrupted sleep last night, I had an attack I had to go deal with.
An attack?
Woke you up in the middle of the night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The hemorrhoidal variety.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Riggins, what you into today?
That's why I'm sitting a little taller today.
Ew. You need an ice cube or something?
An ice cube?
I don't know. Sit on an ice cube.
Tell us, doctor, what else should we do to help TJ today?
Whoa. I got to follow that? I know that Hardee's is introducing a Philly cheesesteak to their menu. And
I saw that.
You know, when I think... somebody says, hey, you want to go get a cheesesteak? I say, yep. Where's Hardee's?
Yeah.
And that's your favorite sandwich.
I love a cheesesteak. Yeah, so I'm hoping it's good. Their burgers are actually
I was going to say, would you give it a
delicious.
shot? Because is it Hardee's has like the Frisco burger and all that, right?
Yeah.
That thing is delicious.
Their thick burgers are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I would give it a go.
I think Jack in the Box has the Frisco burger.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they both have it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They do.
Hardee's is yellow and red, right?
Hardee's is yellow.
And Jack in the Box is red and white.
Yeah.
And then Steak and Shake has the Frisco Melt, which is even better because they use Texas toast.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
You're dying, aren't you?
Oh, I'm so dying.
Yeah.
Take D-Rob, what you into today?
The Harry Potter game still. That's all I've been doing. And this nap I'm going to get today before we do this live event. I'm very into that.
Okay. The Harry Potter game. You've been playing this daily for how long now?
Well, I have 11 hours into it, so it's not a lot every day. But
how many days have you had it?
About 2 weeks now.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm jealous. I want to play that game. They don't have it for PlayStation 4. I'm poor. I got to wait.
And you know your hands can't hold a controller.
Yes, they can. Look.
You gotta have an adapter.
Look at my hands.
Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, sometimes inventions hit our lives with such force, they change everything. Wait until you hear the record that was set 17 years ago today, and how long it took for that record to be set. It'll blow your mind. Next.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Hey, hon. What are all these people doing in our house?
Oh, they're from Sweet Dreams. They stand behind their furniture. Isn't that great?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't literally physically stand behind the furniture in your house. What you have just witnessed is a simple dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Hello, if you are a business owner, we know what it's like to be in business. From HR to accounting, we know the struggles, and we're here to help you with insurance so we can take one thing off your plate.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 23rd, 2006. The 1 billionth legally downloaded song was purchased on iTunes. That song, Speed of Sound, from Coldplay's 2005 album X and Y. iTunes had just been created in April of 2003. So in less than 3 years, over 1 billion songs were legally downloaded. Today, that number is over 25 billion, and hardly anybody downloads songs anymore. That's Today in History.
You're watching morning radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV.
What we doing now? Hey, go follow us on YouTube and watch all of our video projects. Mr. Todd works hard on all that. You need to go appreciate it. And why should you do that? Because you like us, and you know we trying to build a business. That's why. And if you don't do it, then that just proves that you don't really love us like you say, and we will be packing our stuff and moving out tonight. Because you obviously don't appreciate us. Taking us for granted. So whatever. You may not want your kids hearing this. It's a little bit a little bit of a touchy subject matter. So I'll give you a countdown if you want to turn it down or whatnot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There is a podcast that a wedding planner does. It's called the Unfiltered Bride Podcast. And one of the hosts on there was telling a story about a friend of hers who does makeup for weddings. And the friend's name is Jenny. She said, Jenny said, I did a wedding the other day, and you'll never guess what happened. The bride needed to go to the toilet, to the bathroom, just before the ceremony. She walked into the bathroom, and what she saw was enough to end the wedding right there. Wasn't the groom hooking up with one of the bridesmaids or something like that you would expect? I think that would be the worst thing you could walk in on for your wedding. But what she saw was her groom-to-be and his mother in the bathroom, and he was breastfeeding.
What?
So the mom has done that, continued to do that his whole life, like at special times or whatever, according to this story.
What?
Yeah. Now, does that end the wedding before it starts, Alexis? If you walk in and your groom is doing that?
120 million %.
So you would get your, somebody's family member or friend or whatever to go address the guests that's sitting out in the church and say, sorry, there's not going to be a wedding today. Something has happened. We'll give you details of what's going on, or we'll let you know when we can talk about it or whatever. You would just say, y'all go home.
Yeah.
So based on the way you described that, though, TJ, so he never actually fully stopped breastfeeding.
Yeah, that's what.
Because special occasions, special times throughout the year, she would still
whenever she felt like she was close to her baby boy.
Dude, that's like the weirdest thing in the whole world. Ew. I don't know if that's weirder or the mom that still powdered that guy's butt.
Yeah, the guy that was already old enough to be in the military.
Yeah.
There is no way around it to me. They're not even I mean, both of them are weird, but they're not even close. This is way more weird.
So if you have to call off a wedding at the venue where the guests are arriving, would you rather it be because you walked in and found this situation, or because you walked in and your significant other was having a heart attack and needed to go to the hospital?
Well, I think the heart attack still meant you're just postponing it and coming back later to be married.
Yeah, so you would rather the person that you supposedly love more than anybody go through a near-death experience and pain and suffering and all, physically.
Then lose all hope of being married to that person ever again?
Yeah, because if they are breastfeeding, they need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, they do need to be in the hospital. Either way, heart attack or breastfeeding as an adult, you need to go to the hospital. All of y'all need to go. You and your mama go to the hospital.
For real.
Absolutely. That is one of the wildest things I've ever heard.
If it's even true. I mean, this is a hearsay and whatnot. So, but it's a fun conversation.
The most
because
fun.
we, obviously nobody is going to be able to get close to that as a shocking story. But what was the thing that happened that caused the wedding to be stopped? You called it off as guests were arriving. The day of, everybody's there, people are coming in, they're getting seated, and something happened, and a wedding you were involved with in some way had to be called off.
So it doesn't have to be your wedding. It could be just one you were involved in.
Because if I'm a guest at a wedding and I'm getting my seat out there and I'm sitting there listening to the little organ music playing or whatever, getting the warm up, and they come out and say, "Hey, there's not going to be a wedding today because, the bride just fell and cut herself on a machete." I don't know, whatever it is. I'm going to be talking about that forever. I'll be saying, "Hey, I went to a wedding one time where the bride cut herself with a machete."
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you were associated with a wedding that had to be called off right before it started. What caused it to be called off? DM us or comment on our social media's front pages at the Ace TJ Show. Let's go.
You're listening to the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Is that bacon?
Oh, good morning, sunshine. How'd you sleep on your Sweet Dreams mattress?
Fresh baked cinnamon rolls?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't actually come to your house without your prior consent, and we would never let ourselves in. What you have just witnessed is simply a dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Y'all making fun of me.
Quit yucking her yum.
Making fun of you? All I said was you had little hands. Do you not have little hands
Whatever.
that require little pens with Spanish words on them?
I always like the people who, throw the most barbs at everybody to say, then why y'all always treat me bad?
I'm not hating on y'all. I just laugh at the dumb things you guys say sometimes.
I need to
But that's what we're doing.
Good point.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you did. You did. You said Hefe.
Why you me?
Why you on me?
On your laptop one time, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Ew.
These are the one-star strip club reviews. This is where we go across the country and read real strip club reviews from the internet. Just got a couple. We will start in Syracuse, New York, a place called Lookers. Tony left a one-star review. Moments after going in, I wanted to leave. I will say they have a really cool-looking stage. A couple of the girls were hot, but this is not a place where I am comfortable sitting down anywhere. One star.
You're watching morning radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. You and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
It's really rare you can find everything in one place. And by everything, I mean a place where it's perfect for a romantic evening. It's perfect for a business meal. It's perfect for some pre-concert drinks. It's Fahrenheit Charlotte. Fahrenheit Uptown, South Caldwell, 21 stories above the city. Great food, great drinks, great atmosphere, incredible service, but you really can do a little bit of everything there. A celebration, perfect. Romance, perfect. Place to grab a drink or some appetizers before going to an event at the Spectrum Center, perfect. Everything is there. And again, the atmosphere is so great, 21 stories above the city. It's the place to have that picture taken when you're out in town. So you can find a little bit of everything at Fahrenheit. FahrenheitCharlotte.com is where you go to get all the details. FahrenheitCharlotte.com.
You know, a lot of times when people will call into a radio show or they'll write in, and ask advice for things like when we do for the whatever the thing is we do, where people ask for advice. Group therapy, yeah. Sometimes the questions that you will see or hear on other platforms, you're like, why would you even have to ask advice on this? It's so obvious. This lady called into, she's 70, she called into a UK television show to ask for their advice because her husband keeps disappearing to Thailand and spending hundreds of dollars there monthly. She asks him what he's doing, where he's going, she knows he's going to Thailand, but what are you doing in Thailand? What are you spending this money on? And he says, none of your business.
Good answer.
She says, normally on a Wednesday night, he goes, I just come home, there's no note, nothing. Passport gone, clothes gone. So she's asking what she needs to do. Well, I don't know, I make her feel better to know this. Nothing illicit ever goes on in Thailand. They don't allow it.
Right.
The Thai people do not allow anything debaucherous or anything like that to go on. So he's not doing anything that would jeopardize your bond and promise to as a married couple.
Right.
Not in Thailand, man.
You have nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about.
Especially if he won't tell you what he's spending hundreds of pounds on.
I love that, though. Why are you spending so much money
Mind your
in
business.
Thailand? None of your business.
Yeah, what do you do in Thailand when you go? None of your business.
That girl dumb.
Well, she knows.
Yeah, she's been married to this guy for almost 50 years.
She just wants somebody to say, like, no, it might not be what you think it is.
Right.
But it probably is.
Yeah, somebody to say, you may not be a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but after 50 years, she's probably 75 years
70.
old. So she's 70.
Yeah.
Okay, they've been married 50 years or almost 50 years. Do you end the marriage because of that? I mean, you're 70. Do you want to start over life at 70?
Oh, pick a place that has hot men and go hang out over there. Go to Italy.
But
yeah,
the thing is that it's not like, say he's just cheating. It's not like he's going and finding some other woman in town.
Yeah.
He's going to Thailand.
Which makes you think it's even
Seedier
wilder. Yeah.
and what he could bring home with him and all that.
Ace TJ 5G. Thanks for watching Ace TJ TV. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be right back. And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
And the question is, which show member would you least trust with your darkest secret? And things have changed since I originally brought this up earlier in the week. Things have changed. Who would you least trust with your darkest secret? Right now, in the lead, with 35% of the vote, is Alexis.
Really?
They would least trust you with their darkest secret.
I wonder why.
Well,
I don't tell anybody secrets.
Maybe they figure because far too often you don't have complete control of your faculties.
Mm-hmm.
You think that could be it, Riggins?
Your faculties are out of order.
Yeah.
I always assume that means like pooping on yourself.
That's not what it
Control
means.
his faculties.
Your faculties.
It doesn't mean that.
Pooping yourself.
What is that?
Control my faculties.
Incontinence.
Incontinence, yeah. That's the same thing. Are they pooping on themselves?
Yeah, they're like,
It's not.
no.
It's really
What are
bad.
you talking about? No.
Really bad, really bad. All his faculties are right there in his bed.
But speaking of pooping on yourself, Ace is runner-up in this poll.
Thanks.
A close second, but Alexis with a hearty lead.
But I predicted, when you mentioned this the other day, I predicted I would win because I am bad to share things on the radio, and I try not to.
Exactly. He actually has data and proven facts that he can't keep a secret.
But I've gotten better at it as I've gotten older.
Because no one's told you their secrets.
I wish I could remember that secret about you. I would tell him.
Secret.
That's losing control of your faculties right there. That's what that is.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.
I know I got the bag. Everybody wanna be like me. I know I got the bag. Everybody wanna be like me. Yeah. Everybody wanna be like me. Yeah.
This is the Ace and TJ Show live on acetj.tv.
So what's the worst thing that ever happened to get a wedding canceled that you were associated with? The wedding that day. The story we had was a story of a bride walking into the bathroom right before she was to go out into the venue to get married. You know, normally you would just use the generic term church, but that's so rare nowadays that our godless country will get married in a church. But this girl said that the bride walked in and saw the groom engaged in something that he shouldn't have been doing with his mama.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So Megan said the groom admitted to the bride that he would not be graduating from college. Been lying for months prior to the wedding about other things. So his mom even knew that he was lying, and now the bride's mom then went out and told everybody the wedding's canceled.
Whoa.
I mean, you're right there. You're about to get married to someone that you've just found out you can't trust because they're a dirty, rotten, stinking, filthy liar
about something important.
What was it, college?
Yeah, that. But he dropped out of college and had been pretending like he was still going, and then other things that he'd been lying about. But you wouldn't
it's
think
the
that was
day
a bad.
of. I don't know.
I think most people would probably go through with that. It takes a lot to call that off in that moment.
And I wonder if mom was like, "We're calling this wedding off," or did the bride say, "I want to call the wedding"? Because the mom goes out there and makes the announcement.
Well, the bride's not going out to make the announcement. Somebody has to go out in her place and make the
That would have
announcement.
been incredible, though, if the bride comes out in her dress and like, "Ladies and gentlemen, this man is a liar."
Riggins, would that bother you if they pulled you aside and said, "Riggins, I need you to go out and tell everybody that the wedding is off"?
I know that doesn't sound like something I would be into, but I think I'd be into that. That'd be fun. I have an announcement.
Excuse me, everyone.
That would be crazy.
I would say first let me do some vocal exercises to get kind of warmed up to make sure my delivery is like I'm projecting properly.
Everybody get your phones out. I'll give you a second to get ready. Here we go.
That's crazy.
Or I would probably say, I would like to, but I'm looking too fat in this suit today. I don't want to get up in front of everybody. They would be focused on how fat I am instead of the tragic thing that's going on right here, that the wedding is being called off.
There's one on YouTube. Somebody's watching on YouTube at Tax, T-A-X is the name, and said, I saw a wedding called off because a bridesmaid wore white and refused to change. She did end up leaving, but the bride was so upset, they called it off for that day, and they did reschedule the wedding for a later date.
I'd be like, girl, you better get your feelings in check.
Yeah, he said
bridesmaid?
Yeah, he said it was a wedding. Just one of them wore white. It was my friend's, my buddy's sister.
But how did the bridesmaids pick their own? I mean, you usually don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just a casual wedding.
It might have been a very casual setting, but according to his story, it's Ace TJ TV on YouTube if you want to watch the show live on YouTube. But said it was a situation where she showed up wearing white, and then how do you show you wear white, which you know you're not supposed to do. You're an idiot, and you're super rude for doing that. And then B, you get there and find out the bride is upset, and then decide, well, I'm not changing.
So who do you say is all in get out of her feelings, Alexis? Which one of them?
The bride, yeah, because the bridesmaid left, so problem solved. Now you're going to postpone your wedding because you are crying.
Agree. Yeah,
Come on.
I agree. Get on out there and finish the business. Obviously, if the it's wear whatever you want to wear to be in the wedding party, then it's obviously it's a kegger. You might as well say.
Yeah.
And so you can straighten it up, get out there,
Keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. So now you got to postpone it, and then now everybody else is going to have to waste another Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the preferable one. Just do it. I'm not coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
All right, we got to get an update. An update on whether or not Alexis's relationship is going to continue, depending on the success she has with this diet that her boyfriend has her on. All right, so we'll do that next.
You're listening to the Ace and TJ Show. Want to see your business on Ace TJ TV? Contact us now at acetj@acetj.com. The show will be right back.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
All right, so how are you like Alexis? Alexis is starting a journey today. It's sort of, it's a journey.
It's a journey.
Spiritual, physical, mental.
I'm going to refine myself.
You're going to refine yourself.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to start a diet, basically. So, but it's a journey.
Go through all that. She started a diet, so
she's looking to turn things around. I guess I don't know.
Can I ask one quick question?
Yeah.
What is your goal?
To just be healthier, have healthier habits, eat healthier, be more conscious about what I'm eating.
So to be on a diet.
Get a Ferrari.
Lose a little bit of weight.
How are you like Alexis? Now, I'm a lot like Alexis, I think, in some ways. Nothing's coming to mind, but I'm sure I am a little bit like her. But how are you like Alexis, knowing what you know about her from her being on the show? Kelly said, because I would already have treats stashed to cheat on that diet.
Ooh.
That's how I'm like Alexis. Now, Alexis did say when we first started talking about this, she was already planning about where she's going to hide to eat her snacks and what she's going to do with the wrapper so that her boyfriend doesn't find them and call her out on cheating. Have you changed? Are you still planning that kind of thing?
No, I'm going to try to do it fair and square, and I actually ate my last bit of car snacks yesterday.
Oh, you did?
I did.
So now there are no more car
There are
snacks.
no more car snacks.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have been the first time she had to hide wrappers from her boyfriend.
Boom!
Get in the closet. Get in the closet.
Come on, get in there. No, that's not nice.
I like Henry here, who said, I'm like Alexis in that I like to eat, and I too struggle with self-control.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I do. I
Okay,
struggle with
all right. I didn't wanna
self-control.
put that
No,
on you.
he's right.
All right.
You're right, Henry.
All right. How are you like Alexis? Kenzie said, because we be blazing.
Yay. Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day. So I was thinking we were going to get some sort of profound answers. Like, I envy the relationship she has with her mom, but no. We be blazing.
Hey, it's 420 every day.
We smoking weed.
And then this lady said, I'm 4'8", short like Alexis. Happy birthday, Lynn!
Like you gonna sneak it in.
Who's Lynn?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Happy
They took their
birthday.
opportunity to give a birthday shout out, and it just got on the radio.
That'd be something I would do, though, so that's kind of like me.
Yeah.
Lauren says, I know exactly how she feels every time I get my lashes done. # lash life.
Oh, Lauren, I can't wait till Friday. That's when I'm getting my lashes done because your girl's struggling right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at these.
Yeah. You got
hello.
You got that naked mole rat look going.
Yeah, it's starting to come through.
Well, I'm glad you're doing it on Friday because the next day she comes in and she's just like guns blazing and she's mean and she's
Nobody likes that.
You know? But Patricia has sort of the answer I think I was looking for. She said, being an empath. Oh, yes. I absolutely agree that other people's energy can impact you. Not only your mood, but it can feel like your entire soul is drained.
Yep.
Keeping good company is vital.
It's very true.
That's the kind of answer I was expecting from this.
Being an empath is a hard job.
Is it
Let me
hard?
tell you. Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know what an empath was. That means like you're respective of the vibe. You're respectful of the
you
vibes.
take on people's energy. You can come into a room and you can feel the energy from the other people. You can feel other people's emotion.
Yeah,
Really?
everybody
Yeah.
has that.
Really?
Yeah. If you walk into a room and there are two people in the room and they've been arguing, fighting with each other, and then you walk in, you feel that heaviness, and you're like, oh, it's awkward in here, that kind of thing. So everybody must be an empathologist.
It's not special.
No.
Actually, it is, but
No,
we'll
it's
get
not.
into that. In a
Everybody can do it. Somebody's in a
proven,
bad...
it's only about 3 or 4% of the population.
Mm.
It's highly sensitive.
Okay, well then how do all of
But-
these self-help books say surround yourself with positive people?
Yeah.
So it affects everybody if you're around negative people all the time.
Yeah, but that's not what an empath is someone that I can go to one person and I can feel that they're sad for whatever reason. I can tell if they're a good person or a bad person.
Oh, you mean like a psychic?
No, not like a psychic. You just
like
feel
a
it.
psychic. Okay. All right.
Nothing like
Nothing like that. No, he's just trying to pop someone's bubble, dude.
Yeah.
That's all he's
'Cause
trying to do. He's always trying to pop your bubble.
Because your bubbles is like Chinese spy balloons. They got to come down.
No, they don't.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel. This is the Ace and TJ Show live on acetj.tv.
Okay. Was it Monday that you started, or last Monday you started on your diet, Alex?
Last Monday.
Last Monday. So you're heading up to 2 weeks, getting close to 2 weeks on your meal plan and all. Now, I've noticed something about myself lately. It's not a big deal. I don't judge you if you do this. It's just some of my personal personal preference. I never use the abbreviation for the word body. I never call it a bod. I also never refer to any I would never do that.
Good.
Just like I don't ever use the abbreviation, like the shortened version of medicine or medication. I never call them meds, because that sounds like you ought to be in line at the methadone clinic. I got to get my meds. Where's my meds? Okay, so how are things going with your diet that your boyfriend put you on?
Things have been going great, other than the little slip up I had last week when I ate
You had
Cheetos.
8 Cheetos, yes.
I've been sticking to it, and the key is to keep yourself incredibly busy every second of the day so you can't even think about it.
Mm-hmm. And was Ace, were you saying that the other day? I don't know, because I don't follow her on social media. But where she was posting selfies and all from the workout room, from the gym, and while he was loading up her weights for her.
He was loading weight in the video, the Insta story. He's loading weights. As the Insta story starts, you see him in the corner in the mirror loading weights, and as the camera swings around, there's Alexis dancing in front of the mirror with a phone over her head, like, I'm just jamming right here while he's doing all the work.
Right. I mean, that's the deal we made. So
Well, and she also posted a video, TJ, of, and I messaged her, and like, that looks amazing. Was it steak and eggs he was making? And he was slicing through this extremely tender steak. It just looked like an incredible breakfast. I think it was Sunday. Yeah.
So are you thinking at the pace you're going now that your body will be the way he wants it by summertime?
Stop saying that. I think that my body will be also how I want it by summertime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so empowering, isn't it? When a man puts you on a routine, working out and eating, and you got a calorie accountant going over everything you eat.
Right.
Saying, no,
nope, don't touch that.
No, I'm kidding. He's a very sweet guy. Jay is a very sweet guy.
Yeah.
He didn't put her on a diet. He just said he strongly encouraged.
Right. No, but I feel good. I'm starting to feel good. I miss food so much, though.
Yeah, and during breaks, when we're not on the air, she's constantly talking about food. And
Well, Riggins is like looking at all these videos of food like every single day, and I'm like convinced now that he might be doing it on purpose, because I'm like, why is it every single day?
That sounds like something I would do.
He's trying to set me
it does
up.
kind of sound like something you would do.
Yeah.
Please, I would never.
Oh.
So do you document your journey on your Instagram?
I haven't really been posting on there about it.
Oh, you should. You should.
And do what?
If you're a woman, you have to post about the journey and keep people up to date.
Day 17.
Every time you go and ruin it for men in the gym by coming in there and video and all, you messed it up for them. Go ahead and post it. Everything.
Do you keep track of anything? Like, are you tracking? Do you weigh yourself once a week, or take measurements, or do pictures, or anything like that?
I haven't started doing that yet, because I wanted to make sure that I could go through a few weeks and not slip up.
Yeah.
Because if not, I was going to feel bad. So I'm going to probably start doing that next week.
So right now, if you wanted to weigh yourself, you'd have to go to one of those big things on the interstate where the trucks go.
Yep.
A weigh station.
I might crack a weight.
So what is your Instagram if people want to follow your journey?
Lex on Air.
Lex on Air.
Lex on Air. Lex on Air.
Is it getting easier?
I think it is getting easier also because I felt so bad about those Cheetos, and also he made me feel so bad about it. So I just think that I'm just not trying to think about it.
What, saying that you were going to look like Patrick Star?
Yeah, Patrick Star in a bikini for summertime. That will do it to you.
Hi, SpongeBob. Hi.
Hey, we're going to have fun swimming today, SpongeBob.
Right.
All right, well, good. Keep us up to date.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Oh, is he going to be at our thing tonight? Is he coming to our live show thing?
Yes, he will.
All right, good.
No.
Just keep an eye on you.
Make sure I don't eat
sure
anything.
you don't cheat.
Oh no, it sucks. Here's your salad.
She's going to have big mittens taped to her hands. She can't grip anything.
Now trending coming up next.
You're listening to the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, sometimes inventions hit our lives with such force, they change everything. Wait until you hear the record that was set 17 years ago today, and how long it took for that record to be set. It'll blow your mind. Next.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
This year, make the most of winter in Gaston County. Yes, it's winter and the days are shorter and it's tempting to hibernate, but there are all sorts of ways to have fun, both indoors and out right now in Gaston County. Outdoors, there's fast and dry snowless sledding at the chutes at Crowder Springs, ice skating and more at the Whitewater Center, and it is the perfect time for a great winter hike in Gaston County. If you want to stay indoors, you can check out the Shield Planetarium and Museum. Plus, you can always root for the home team at Belmont Abbey or Gaston College, play the slots at Catawba Two Kings Casino, and as always, great shopping is abundant all over Gaston County. Indoors or out, the winter is a great time to make some memories with your family in Gaston County. Get details now and see all of the incredible opportunities to have a great time this winter that are happening in Gaston County at acetj.com/Gaston. That's acetj.com/Gaston. This winter, make some great memories in Gaston County.
Hello, if you are a business owner, we know what it's like to be in business. From HR to accounting, we know the struggles, and we're here to help you with insurance so we can take one thing off your plate.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 23rd, 2006. The 1 billionth legally downloaded song was purchased on iTunes. That song? Speed of Sound from Coldplay's 2005 album X and Y. iTunes had just been created in April of 2003, so in less than 3 years, over 1 billion songs were legally downloaded. Today, that number is over 25 billion, and hardly anybody downloads songs anymore. That's Today in History.
You're watching morning radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. You and us, this is Ace TJ 5G.
The Ace and TJ app is sponsored by Papa John's Pizza. You can order online, papajohns.com. Try the new crispy Parm pizza. Parmesan cheese baked into their signature thin crust pizza. Delicious. papajohns.com.
So earlier we were talking about things that instantly make you think that person is dumb. And answers continue to come in. Josh had a good one. When someone locks a convertible and the top is down.
Oh, yeah.
Ever seen anybody pull in and they have the windows up and they get out of the car and push the parking lot, you hear doot or whatever. And they, why are you locking your car, sir?
Dumb.
Come on.
Anybody that wears that giant hat that Riggin showed us a few months ago, they're
that's
dumb.
a good one.
It's not cool, not fashionable in any way, shape, or form.
One of the drivers of the NASCAR race had that. I forgot who it was, but I think he's the Wendy's driver. And his uniform, his fire suit, is made to look like a Wendy's employee, and he had that big hat on when he came out. But he got a lot of attention
Right.
which got Wendy's in front of a bunch of people.
I think they're cool.
I have a good one.
Right.
Anybody tailgating outside Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia?
So any Philadelphia Eagles football fan who's tailgating.
Yes.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Well, they're all savages.
This guy says, for the dumb stuff, seeing someone try to load a 75-inch TV they just purchased into their Honda Civic. Like, you can look at that and go, there's no way this is going to fit.
Yep.
But they're going to give it a shot while they're out there.
You wouldn't believe how often that happened.
Really?
When you worked at the Best Buy?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Daily. Like you'd see them pull up and you're like, are you serious right now?
Can you help me load this?
So what do they do then, Rob? They have to leave the TV there and come back later, or come back the next day and pick it up?
We'd have to put like their receipt and stuff taped to the TV and put it behind the counter, and they're like, oh, I'll be back.
Oh my God.
Do you think typically, Rob, they came to buy a TV, or in the spur of the moment they got caught up and decided to buy it and then just would see if it would fit?
I think it's probably a little bit of both. But there were people that I just saw come in, they went back, got the TV and come. So they came with a purpose, and then they just didn't think about it.
And I love this one. Anna said, and she's very specific, teaching my son how to drive. He pulls up behind a car. As the car pulls out, he proceeds to continue and not stop for the stop sign. I yell, "Stop, are you dumb? It's a stop sign." And he said, "Oh, I thought if the car in front of me went and no cars were coming, I didn't need to stop."
What?
He's dumb.
I thought the way.
Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
I usually don't crave traditional breakfast food, but today I think I'm gonna, what do you call it? I'm gonna DoorDash one of these like a giant macaroni and cheese burger. Get one of those brought in here.
Ooh, a little light.
Don't do that.
I want it. No. When they bring it in, I want them to have to beep as they're backing up with it because that's how big it is. Like the size of a muffalata.
Would you?
Can you imagine a burger the size of a muffalata?
Yeah. Would you do that? Would you do that macaroni and cheeseburger thing with regular buns, or would you use something like some Texas toast covered in butter?
Oh yeah, Texas toast is always a better.
Yeah.
But it would have
soft.
to stand up to the size of and the grease of the burger.
Yeah.
I love cheese.
Wonder where we could get that this time of morning. Oh, well,
You better
we'll think
not
about
do
it.
that.
Now trending on the Ace and TJ Show.
I know everybody was wondering, what did Paris Hilton name her son? She's got her first son, and she said she's been planning her kids' names her whole life. So she said, my beautiful baby boy's name is Phoenix Baron Hilton Room. So Phoenix. Took a lifetime to plan that out.
He's got 4 names.
Phoenix Baron. I think Baron Hilton is like the patriarch. You know, that's like her grandfather, I want to say.
Yeah.
And then Room is the last name of her husband.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know if they hyphenated the last name like Hilton Room or.
You know, it doesn't look hyphenated, and he seems like everything I've seen about him, like a very normal, you know, average kind of guy. I can't imagine what life is like being married to Paris Hilton.
But they didn't think about the fact that Hilton Room sounds like they're talking about somebody on vacation.
Oh, yeah, the Hilton Room. Room.
Room.
Yeah.
So it'll be Phoenix Room, I guess.
I do like the name
Room.
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
I like that.
A little dramatic, right?
Yeah, but
Rising up from the ashes, you know.
Reborn.
And it's like, come on, you're a Hilton. I don't know that you were ever like burned and then had to rise up from the ashes. But anyway, that's Phoenix Baron Hilton Room.
Yeah, I think she's a very different person from what I've seen of her just recently. Not much, but in the past couple of years. It seems like she's a very cool person these days.
Matured a little bit. There's this crazy story out about Bill Gates. Apparently, he booked out a 5-star restaurant. It's a Michelin star restaurant. It's called ABAC. Booked it out for 2 days. He showed up with an entourage of 25 people. And this is a restaurant that has a $300 tasting menu that includes whipped hazelnut butter with bread crusts and caviar, guinea fowl flame roasted with corn, foie gras, sesame and black mole sauce, and a globe of lollipops with strawberry kakigori, milk chocolate, and tonka beans. He went in there and ordered a Diet Coke and left. 2 days he booked out this 5-star restaurant and ordered a Diet Coke and then went back to his jet. So that is just one of the stories from this Michelin rated
Obnoxious.
chef. I mean,
He booked it out so that he could be the only person in there.
yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I guess the restaurant made its money no matter what. But that's
and then they didn't have to work. They didn't
Right.
Have, got the day off, basically.
Well, he did say like they prepared a lot of the stuff and I guess they didn't eat it, but well, you still paid for it.
Right.
Yeah, so they could eat it.
Somebody will eat it.
Yeah, staff will eat it. Take it to your kids.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of dish a bread crust with caviar is.
I'm willing to
Bread
bet it's not
crust.
as good as that macaroni cheesemburger that TJ was just talking about a second ago.
They're probably talking about some sort of a crispy bread, like some kind of a toasted bread for the caviar.
Oh.
You know, like I don't want to say Melba toast, but like toast points.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. They just call it. What do they call it?
Bread crust.
Bread crust.
So it's not like Wonder Bread, like
I figured it was like,
cut
like
off.
breaded chicken.
I don't think it's breaded chicken.
Okay.
Well, that's rude to just say that. Yeah.
I thought it'd be like chicken.
You know how you do,
Like bread
like what
Breaded
they do.
chicken
That,
with
you know what I'm
caviar?
talking about, TJ? How they? What is that stuff? You have the chicken and you can make like a little bread shell for it.
A bread shell.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like a
You know what-
crust
you know
that
what
goes
you're
over.
saying,
You know what I'm talking about?
TJ, what's he talking about?
A bread shell for the chicken.
Like they take the chicken and you create a little like some breading for it, and you dip the chicken in there, and it's kind of flaky and crispy.
Oh yeah,
Like
and
chicken
then you fry
cutlets?
it. You're talking about
Yes, you fry it.
okay, yeah. He's talking about breadcrumbs, the Japanese breadcrumbs,
Panko
and
breadcrumbs?
and things like
Exactly.
that.
Panko. Thank
okay.
you. That's the word I couldn't come up with.
Got
I don't know
it.
what it's called. I'm just telling you. I'm giving you
It's a
some
bread
Bread shell.
Hey,
It's a bread shell.
It's the bread shell. It's the chicken bread shell with caviar.
Jeez whiz. I had another story, but we were too busy deciphering what a bread crust
sorry,
is.
Here
I
it is
couldn't
in
come
the
up with
house.
exactly what it'd be.
How chicken is involved.
It was getting kind of eerie there because I thought Anthony Bourdain had died. Yet he lives on.
Chicken
The bread shell and the chicken shell.
Yeah.
Y'all knew what I was trying to say.
No,
No,
we
I
did
really
not
didn't.
at all.
Sure you we did not. But listen,
Breading on on fried chicken.
yeah. We got a jam-packed day, but my day went down the tubes yesterday afternoon. And I know I've been dramatic before in talking about how my life is a nightmare, but yesterday was not good. I'll tell you why coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, sometimes inventions hit our lives with such force, they change everything. Wait until you hear the record that was set 17 years ago today, and how long it took for that record to be set. It'll blow your mind. Next.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Hey, hon? What are all these people doing in our house?
Oh, they're from Sweet Dreams. They stand behind their furniture. Isn't that great?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't literally physically stand behind the furniture in your house. What you have just witnessed is a simple dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Hello, if you are a business owner, we know what it's like to be in business. From HR to accounting, we know the struggles, and we're here to help you with insurance so we can take one thing off your plate.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 23rd, 2006. The 1 billionth legally downloaded song was purchased on iTunes. That song, Speed of Sound, from Coldplay's 2005 album X and Y. iTunes had just been created in April of 2003. So in less than 3 years, over 1 billion songs were legally downloaded. Today, that number is over 25 billion, and hardly anybody downloads songs anymore. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. More show than you can get on the radio. This is Ace TJ 5G.
You got until Monday to tell us how you could spend $10,000 and use that money to change your life forever. First quarter of the rest of your life. The theory being, this is just the beginning of your life. Still got time to change it and make it great. Win the game. So go to acetj.com/first. That's acetj.com/first to tell us about how you would spend $10,000 from Peyton's Promise with the first quarter of the rest of your life.
So everybody knows I'm a man of the people. So Ace, what's the message we just got about the guy wanting something and now trending? What did he say?
Oh, he said, how about some information on the Murdaugh trial and now trending?
I would love to provide that for you. I just don't have any of it. So what is the update the trial's still going on.
The trial's still going on. Supposedly, he might take the stand today.
The guy accused of murdering his wife and son?
Yes.
So, question.
Alec Murdaugh.
Is he accused of committing the murder himself or of just being involved in the murder?
He's been charged with the murder.
With first-degry murder?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
But I didn't watch the trial yesterday, so I don't know any other updates that have happened.
Yeah.
But it's very entertaining.
Yeah. Is it good to watch?
Sometimes, yes.
I'm guessing that people who are keeping up with it, they're interested in it like that, would not come to us for an update on it. They would already know. You know,
I don't
it's
know.
not exactly, we're not like exactly court TV here.
I apologize. I wish I had better information. It's been going on so long, but
No, it's like this is like week 3.
Yeah, it's a long trial, I feel like.
But the documentary on Netflix came out yesterday, so definitely check that out. I'm looking forward to watching that this weekend. I'm like obsessed with this
There's
trial.
another documentary about it?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I do know this much.
Is this going to be in like Manson? There'll be a documentary a week about this trial.
Yeah.
I do know this much, Riggins, because I just looked it up. Jurors heard witnesses yesterday who claimed that investigators made key errors as they collected evidence on the night of the murder, errors which the defense hopes will cause the jury to doubt the reliability of the evidence.
Which is true. They let SLED just like mess up that crime scene.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Just got to provide reasonable doubt.
Yep.
Yeah, but I have seen a couple of things that say everybody believes he's going to take the stand, which is pretty rare in a case such as this.
Yeah.
But that they refer to him as a narcissist of epic proportions, and that he will love being on the stand, getting that attention.
And if you look up the jailhouse calls, you can definitely tell he's a narcissist. I've listened to all of them that are out there.
Yeah, we've got a real Marcia Clark on our hands.
Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G. This is Ace TJ TV. The Ace and TJ Show will be right back.
Now, better ingredients, better pizza means that each bite of every Papa John's slice just keeps getting better. From that first bite you have to blow on, to that second bite of crispy, crunchy toppings, to that string of gooey, melty cheese. And just when you're thinking this cannot get any better, you get to the crust and you realize it's not just any crust. Oh no, it's epic stuffed crust that's hand-stuffed with cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, even better when it's stuffed.
And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
A mortgage.
So picture yourself, you're out getting some peace and calm in your life. You're at a community park doing a free yoga class outside. You're namasteing all over the place. You're mindful. You're breathing properly. You're child's pose and downward dog and all them other ones. And all of a sudden, something smacks you in the head. It feels like somebody just hit you with a hammer. You look up, and it is an iguana that has fallen out of the tree onto you. Now you got to go to hospital. This guy was doing the yoga out in the park, and an iguana fell out of a tree onto him in Miami.
Because it's cold?
I don't know. It's just that those things, if you are at a restaurant and you're eating outside, and it's not in the middle of the city area, like of Miami, or what's the neighboring to Miami?
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. Because we were in Fort Lauderdale one time. We were sitting outside at a little place eating burgers in a little hippie-looking place. And the next thing I know, my little friend Jenny just starts screaming, "Blank that, blank that, blank that," and then running away. Because an iguana had just jumped up on the little fence right beside her where she was sitting in the booth.
Trying to take y'all's food?
No, just walking.
Oh,
like they'll just
no.
jump up on things to get, because they pretty much have the run of the place.
So the guy ended up having to go to the hospital?
Yeah, he was hurt. He's all right. It says he'll be okay. But yeah, those things are heavy.
I looked it up. The average weight of an adult male iguana is 8.8 pounds. So it's like having a 10-pound weight dropped on your head out of a tree.
Yeah, they're huge. But no, Alexis, I don't think iguanas are cheeseburgers. They're not the Hamburglar.
Bro, you
trying
better-
to steal food.
You trying to take your food?
I punched that iguana. You know about to take my tacos.
That's what she was worried about. And he tried to steal your food?
Yeah, like what?
I know he didn't try to steal her food.
Square up.
Iguana. I saw for a real iguana. That's fighting.
You better watch out, iguana.
Yeah, we're not doing that around here.
And he tried to take your food.
Trying to take your food?
It's like,
I'm a peaceful person, but I will kill an iguana.
I'll choke it out.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.
If you want to sleep better and lose weight, then the product that you need is called Calitrin, or you can pronounce it Calitrin. Very easy for you to get. Just go to acetj.com/weight loss. acetj.com/weight loss for Calitrin.
The Johnson Group Facility Services is a commercial cleaning company that focuses more on customer satisfaction than the bottom line because each customer works directly with the owners every step of the way. If you need any commercial cleaning, the Johnson Group can handle it. Get details at acetj.com/clean.
I'm going to try.
Don't do it,
Very
girl.
last day.
Yeah, you keep working on that dream, girl. Don't give up.
So why we got 2 days in a row of no hat and curls?
Because my curls be looking good for the last 24 hours, so I thought I would give you guys another day of it.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel so honored that we got some good
You guys
looking
can see
curls
my,
2
and my
days in a
face,
row.
my full face.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So all weekend you'll be wearing a hat, though, making up for it.
Yep.
I got my curls on fleek today, as the kids say.
Mm-hmm.
They popping.
They are popping.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna wear them.
Well, it started out wet yesterday, but then it got dry, didn't it? Wasn't it
It was
real wet?
it was a low wet
was a little
when I
wet.
came in. Yeah.
But
Just a
man,
little
once
bit.
it dries, it's like it's like plugging in a plugging in this neon sign, so it's glowing.
When you I just because I don't know how this works, I'm not being critical. I'm just asking. When you wake up, you're like, okay, curls are popping today. Do you do anything to it then to try to formulate something or get a shape to it, or you just kind of go with it, let the wind do what it wants to do?
Just spray a little water and let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's why that sometimes it can be wild, sometimes it can be tame, sometimes it's moving, sometimes it's not.
It goes with how my personality is going to be for the day.
Do you let the wind style it?
I'm just asking how you
Give
go
it some
about
type
doing
of
it.
shape?
Yeah. Because sometimes it looks kind of wild and sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know if there's a look you're going for or you're just letting it happen. I don't know.
How do I say this?
That's not what I was going for. I meant her in particular. Not all Hispanic ladies.
Your Latino hair.
Let's do Now Trending with Rick.
Now trending on the Ace and TJ Show.
Is it the wind?
Is it when you're stylist?
Well, okay, let me be honest with
Is
you.
it the desert wind?
Wait, hang on. I'll be honest with
From
you.
home country?
No, here's why. Because sometimes it just looks like it's just crazy, and I don't know is she putting any effort into it or not. That was the basis of my question.
Well, that's even better.
It's not
Yeah,
it had
crazy
nothing to do with-
hair. What do you?
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's all right, let me say this some way you'll understand. It's loco.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel. Mornings just got way better. You can now watch the Ace and TJ show live, weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and wake up with us every morning. This is Ace TJ TV.
Hey, welcome to the Calitrin Ace and TJ studios. Come in, look around, do what you need to do. If you're wanting to lose weight, you know, a lot of times it can be hard, especially the older you get, the harder it is. We've been talking to our friends at Calitrin, and they tell us all the great stories of the success that their clients have had. And they told us about how many people have come in and said, hey, I never have been able to do this before. Nothing has ever helped but until I used Calitrin. So you can go look at all the success stories they have on their website. Their website is huge, full of information. If you got any questions at all, I know you would want to contact us because we seem like we're the people who know everything about everything. But I'm thinking on this one, the Calitrin people will probably be a little more educated on it than we are. They are good people, though. They want you to reach out to them anytime you got questions. And they're not selling you any drugs to help you lose weight. It's losing weight the healthy way. It's collagen, the top quality collagen proteins, and it's just awesome. If you buy 3 months supply right now, you get 1 month free and $30 off. So they're making it as easy as possible. 3 months, you get a month free, $30 off Calitrin. It's at acetj.com/weight loss. acetj.com/weight loss for Calitrin.
So I did not have a banner day yesterday, and I've been accused of being dramatic when that one time I forgot my jewel in my car, and I said it was like a nightmare because I had to go back down and get it. But in my defense, it was a lot of elevators in my old building. It took a lot of elevators just to get to the car. It was a nightmare. But yesterday, it wasn't a nightmare, but it wasn't good. So I was leaving work and driving home, and I'm running like 15 minutes behind. So in my head, I'm like, oh, the day is a wash. Like I'm 15 minutes behind where I normally am. So anyway, get off the exit, driving down the road in the suburbs where I live now, which is boring. Driving down the road, and all of a sudden, whoop woo! I went, oh, you gotta be kidding me! You've gotta be kidding me! I pull over. A cop on a dirt bike. Looked like, I don't know if it was a motorcycle. It was a small motorcycle. Said license and registration. And oh my God! Go to reach for my wallet. Realize in that moment, still got my huge knife on me. Heads up, I do have a pocket knife on me. Is that a fair assessment of what that is?
Yeah.
So it was a pocket knife. And I went, that's a little bigger. It's like a big pocket knife. He goes, well, thanks for letting me know, but just leave it where it is.
Yeah, it's not necessary to tell him if you got a pocket knife.
By the way, my brother goes, the bigger the knife, the better. I went, what are you, Chuck Norris on something? Anyway, hand over my license and registration. And he goes, as long as you don't have any, why were you speeding? I go, I was speeding? And he goes, yeah, you're doing 44. I went, what's the speed limit? It's 35 unless otherwise posted. I went, oh, okay. I'll write off the interstate. It's 35. Anyway, so I'm like shaking. I haven't been pulled over since I was 16 years old. And he goes, takes my stuff and he walks back and he goes, as long as you don't have any warrants. Oh, I'm way over time. I need to finish this story next, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's more to it, but I'll tell you the rest of it next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Is that bacon?
Oh, good morning, sunshine. How'd you sleep on your Sweet Dreams mattress?
Fresh baked cinnamon rolls?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't actually come to your house without your prior consent, and we would never let ourselves in. What you have just witnessed is simply a dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Y'all making fun of me.
Quit yucking her yum.
Making fun of you? All I said was you had little hands. Do you not have little hands?
Whatever.
That require little pens with Spanish words on them?
I always like the people who, throw the most barbs at everybody to say, why y'all always treat me bad?
I'm not hating on y'all. I just laugh at the dumb things you guys say sometimes.
But that's what we're doing. Good point.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you did. You did. You said hefe.
Why you me?
Why you on me?
On your laptop one time, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Ew.
These are the one-star strip club reviews. This is where we go across the country and read real strip club reviews from the internet. Just got a couple. We will start in Syracuse, New York, a place called Lookers. Tony left a one-star review. Moments after going in, I wanted to leave. I will say they have a really cool-looking stage. A couple of the girls were hot, but this is not a place where I am comfortable sitting down anywhere. 1 star.
You're watching morning radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV.
So many different and exciting things that you can do in Gaston County right now. Yes, you've got great hikes. You've got zip lines and wonderful climbing that can be done. All kinds of family fun, romantic weekends, casinos, all kinds of great stuff, including the Ridgeline Craft Beverage Trail. Breweries, distilleries, wineries that kind of wind through Gaston and Cleveland County. And something special coming next week to the Ace and TJ Show. You can be a part of the next edition of Ace at Large. And we're going to go down the Ridgeline Craft Beverage Trail and check out some of the wineries and distilleries and breweries in Gaston County. Everything's very unique. It's got its own feel, its own experience, one different from the other. So we're going to check them all out and report back to everybody on how great they are. But you can find out more right now at acetj.com/Gaston. The bottom line is there is something for you to do with your family, with your loved ones, or alone that you will absolutely love right now in Gaston County. acetj.com/Gaston.
All right. There's this woman in Maine, and she had an animal that had gotten into her house. And the animal had hidden in the inside the recliner in her living room. So she called her friend, who is known in the little small town in Maine as an animal person, and she usually deals with this kind of thing. She called her friend to come take care of it. The friend gets there and can hear that there's something in the recliner. And you know what it was?
What was it?
It was a wild weasel.
A weasel?
Weasel.
White with the crazy looking teeth and eyes. Just a weasel, not a ferret, but a weasel in the wild.
What's a weasel look like?
It looks like a giant rat with a furry tail. It looks like a ferret.
Pop goes a weasel.
Oh, they're adorable.
Yeah, they're super cute.
No, they're
that
not.
little white one. Look at it with the tiny
They are
little
not
nose.
cute.
And his little ears. Are you kidding me?
Than a rat.
But this one was mean because it's got the teeth coming out and was not joking.
Look at those little paws. They're cute.
But I'm wondering why Mr. Weasel ended up in her house in that predicament. I'm guessing it's because his wife nagged him too much about sitting in a recliner and watching TV in his own house.
Yeah.
So he had to go do it in somebody else's house. Ooh. So me and the weasel have something in common. That's the best thing I can figure is why he would end up
being nagged about watching TV in your own house.
Yeah. He's like, I got to finish this season of Justified, and I can't even hear it because she's yelling at me.
Is the nagging TJ because you watch? She thinks you watch too much TV, or because she doesn't like the shows that you watch because you watch all crime shows?
No, she doesn't really nag me. She just says that, like I was talking about on our podcast the other day. She can really get into a show. She watches it, calls it her show. But if I like a show and I get into it, I'm obsessed with it. Right. Is the way she describes it.
You're obsessed.
The flip
Is that
side,
that latest show you're obsessed with? Is that the new show you're obsessed with?
Yeah.
So that's the flip side of the way nobody in the house watches Hulu.
Right.
Because everybody watches Hulu but her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't need that premium Hulu. Nobody even watches that. Every day I watch it. Sure, and watch it.
Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G. Thanks for watching Ace TJ TV. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be right back. And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
We're on YouTube right now. I guess I should apologize to Mr. Todd, who runs our YouTube, because I wore a light-colored hoodie today, and I'm not supposed to wear anything light because it washes me out because I'm so pale. Pale-face ace is what they call me.
What up, YouTube?
Yeah. It's almost greenish.
So
yeah, you do look you have a little green hue.
Yeah, okay. That's probably just the color.
Jaundicey.
Yeah. Thank you, Rob.
You got green jaundice.
You got
But
you
hey,
walking jaundice.
You are lighting up the room as the Green Lantern.
That's right. So you can check it out on YouTube, Ace TJ TV. It's Paleface Ace and TJ in the morning.
Oh, Shamrock Shake looking in.
What?
It's like mint green.
Yeah, it is. It's weird.
Why are you mint green?
I think it's the way he dials down the color to try to make it darker, make it sharper on my camera, because my camera is different from everybody else's for whatever reason. We have 3 different cameras in here, and something about that makes this color, this cream-colored hoodie I'm wearing, look kind of greenish. I think
mid chocolate.
I don't know. Thank you, Rob. You're just full of it this morning, aren't you?
I just turned on a ring light in my face.
Cute.
Can you tell the difference?
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's reflecting out of your glasses.
Yeah, especially from your glasses.
2 white dots for eyes.
I probably shouldn't do that.
You guys are so high maintenance. Me
I'm
and
not doing
Riggins just be chilling. We don't even worry about it.
I'm not high maintenance at all. It's just I just can't help the fact that I'm very pale.
We look like we're on a Zoom call.
Yeah, exactly.
Your skin is very high.
Y'all wonder about your lights. We over here on a 1.3 megapixel camera slapped on a Chromebook. This is as good as it's gonna get.
I know,
We got to get both of y'all in one shot. We got to do it with a different camera.
Struggle over here.
Y'all are lit by a neon sign behind you.
And you don't hear us complaining.
Y'all sitting under the neon moon.
Yeah. Well, y'all aren't paying for it either.
Yeah, whatever.
It is what it is.
I'm not complaining. I'm making an observation that I forgot today and wore a dark. I didn't wear it. It's my fault. I didn't wear a dark color like I'm supposed to wear. I'm not supposed to wear light colors anymore in here for anything. Apparently,
just in general.
It's just like a dark T-shirt is all I'm allowed to wear from now on for the rest of my life. Apparently,
You should have been born so white.
Yeah, Ace. Did you ever think of that?
Yeah, I should have done something about that.
Think about that.
You know, and
Yeah, don't blame Mr. Todd. Blame your Irish ancestors.
Yeah.
This is the Ace and TJ Show live on acetj.tv.
Make sure you watch the Ace and TJ Show on YouTube. YouTube.com/@AceTJTV. Just look up AceTJTV on YouTube or in the YouTube app. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the little notification bell so you never miss a new episode. Ace has gone down the Ace and TJ Show YouTube rabbit hole lately. He has found all kinds of stunning content from back in the day.
All right, finish your story. Finish your story.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay. Well, listen. Got pulled over by the cops yesterday on the way home from work. I was going 44 in what was apparently a 35. There are no signs posted, but he reminded me, listen, it's 35 unless otherwise posted. Takes my license and registration and starts walking to the back. He notices the guitar in the back seat. And now I'm like shaking. I've not been pulled over since I was 16 years old. I'm not a speeder. I go slow. Notices the guitar in my back seat and goes, "Oh, you play guitar?" I go, "A little bit." You know, I'm like, I can't. It's hard for me to form sentences. I'm so nervous. He's like, and then he hunches down, comes back, hunches down, and he goes, I'm starting to play guitar, and I got a new electric guitar. I went, okay. He goes, I only know one chord though. It's the D chord, but you can play it in like 4 different ways, you know, on electric. I was in a band when I was in high school, and I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding. So for about 10 minutes, he tells me about his journey on becoming a guitar player.
Oh, you probably made his day.
Well,
he
listen,
ruined yours.
I'm ruining mine, so I'm being as conversational as I possibly can be. I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. What kind of guitar did you get? Like, I care, you know? And he's like, I don't want to say what guitar it is. But anyway, we got to talking. He's like, well, listen, you don't have any warrants. You're free to go. I'm just going to give you a warning. So I said, oh, thank God. So he goes back to his bike and does all that stuff. He comes back up, talks more about the guitar. He goes, you said you were pulled over. Was it in a different state? I got no record of you. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, it was actually. It was in South Carolina. He goes, oh, well, good for you. So, yeah, he did end up. He goes, well, you just take this and you need to throw it away, hang it up on the wall. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Just slow down if you could.
So you got a warning ticket.
I got a full warning, my name on it and everything.
There's a warning.
So,
but you didn't automatically recognize that as an opportunity to bond with him, so he wouldn't give you a ticket if you were talking guitars with him and all.
Right.
Well, I did. That's how I ended up talking to him for 10 minutes. Like, I'm just trying to get home. I'm thinking about my dog in that crate, and I'm like, yeah, buddy. But
I'd be like, go ahead, take your guitar. Let me see the chord.
Trust me, I put on the razzle dazzle.
Just telling the story, Riggins is breaking out in hives.
It's so funny. Yeah. I'm like, dude, relax.
But then again, I guess I need to apologize to you for causing all of that, because I'm the one that held you up from leaving yesterday. I was talking to you in the parking lot.
That is true. But
I came in and Rob goes, oh, I thought you were gone. I said, well, I was out there talking to Riggins. He goes, what? Riggins was still here?
Believe it or not, I was. Mm-hmm. But in all fairness, it's not like I was flying down the road. I was going 44.
Yeah.
That's what I get from living in the suburbs. Like, it's just lame city, you know?
Yeah, I saw Riggins turning left at the light when I was leaving. I was like, I don't see this very often.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get out of here. But, yeah, so I guess the lesson here is don't speed and follow all traffic laws and stuff like that.
I thought maybe you said something like, yeah, I play guitar, so I play on the radio every Friday or something. That's how you got another ticket.
Yeah. My luck.
I would.
That's what I did when I got my ticket.
Well, last time I almost got pulled over with Rob. Cops turn on his blue lights and makes a U-turn, and I start slowing down. Rob goes, are you kidding? Floor it! We'll get off at the next exit. I'm like, okay, oh my God. We evaded the police when I had Rob with me.
This is the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Is that bacon?
Oh, good morning, sunshine. How'd you sleep on your Sweet Dreams mattress?
Fresh baked cinnamon rolls?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't actually come to your house without your prior consent, and we would never let ourselves in. What you have just witnessed is simply a dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Y'all making fun of me.
Quit yucking her yum.
Making fun of you? All I said was you had little hands. Do you not have little hands?
Whatever.
That require little pens with Spanish words on them?
I always like the people who, throw the most barbs at everybody to say, then why y'all always treat me bad?
I'm not hating on y'all. I just laugh at the dumb things you guys say sometimes.
But that's what we're doing. Good point.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you did. You did. You said Hefe.
Why you me?
Why you me?
I on your laptop one time, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Ew.
These are the one-star strip club reviews. This is where we go across the country and read real strip club reviews from the internet. Just got a couple. We will start in Syracuse, New York, a place called Lookers. Tony left a one-star review. Moments after going in, I wanted to leave. I will say they have a really cool looking stage. A couple of the girls were hot, but this is not a place where I am comfortable sitting down anywhere. 1 star.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Let's go boom. Programming note, due to the Ace TJ live show tonight at H2 Public House in Cornelius, there will not be an edition of Live from the Living Room. Live from the Living Room will be back 1 week from tonight on our YouTube channel. It's Ace TJ TV on YouTube. As always, sponsored by the Hyatt Centric South Park. Great hotel, 2 great restaurants in the hotel. Perfect setting in South Park as well. You can't ask for anything better. Hyatt Centric South Park, sponsor of Live from the Living Room.
So TJ was just sharing a story a minute ago about a family that found a weasel hiding in their recliner. And now I've gone down the damn weasel rabbit hole. Weasels.
The weasel hole.
The weasel hole. They are adorable. They are not at all like a rat. They're the cutest thing I've ever seen.
You know TJ hates animals. So.
I didn't think about that right. It does. But yeah, they do kind of look like ferrets, but way cuter than a ferret.
Look at that Japanese weasel with its little cute paws. I cannot deal right now.
Why we can't have just regular American weasels? Well, we got to have Japanese weasels.
I mean,
well, you might have to go to Japan to get it, but
okay.
But they also put under types of weasels. They put the black-footed ferret. So is a ferret a weasel?
Yes,
it is.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Pop goes a weasel.
And then I love
Isn't
Alexis.
that about killing weasels? That song. Pop
Is it?
goes the weasel. Like
you pop them on the head.
Yeah, or
Oh, I
squeeze
don't like
it and its little guts pop out.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh man,
I think that's what it means.
There's a girl on TikTok, a young woman on TikTok, and she was talking about how she's doing urban chicken farming now, so she can get the eggs and maybe eat the chickens. And it was like so sweet. And she's like, "Here's how I get the eggs every day. We have fresh eggs, and then when we're ready to eat the chickens, we use these 2 killing cones." And then she shows like these chickens upside down in these cones. I'm like, "What the hell is a killing cone?" And I don't know how that contraption worked, but it looked pretty barbaric. I didn't like it.
A weasel will eat a chicken.
A weasel will probably eat a chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
My mom, when we lived on a farm, she hung the chickens upside down from a tree, cut the heads off with a machete.
But was that part of a religious ceremony or something?
No.
Oh.
It's an egg chicken noodle soup.
So she hung them upside down while they were alive, and then just chopped the head
And
off.
then cut the head off with a machete.
Machete. What do you call it?
Machete.
Machete.
Man, did you ever witness that?
No, because then I would not have eaten the chicken noodle soup, and I wanted to eat the chicken noodle soup. So.
With the soda on the side?
Yup.
Dang.
Yeah, my mom's a gangster, man.
I make sure every time I go somewhere and eat chicken products that it was killed with a machete.
A machete.
Yeah, it's always fresher tasting that way.
It is.
Were your chickens killed with a machete?
Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
$10,000 could be all yours. If it'll change your life, all you have to do is head over to acetj.com/first. Tell us in 100 words or less why $10,000 would change your life. And Ace will meticulously go through the stories.
No, he will not.
He will not.
No. TJ and I are not involved in the Peyton's Promise Board of Directors is involved in paring them down to the cut for the next round.
I got you. Okay.
And then there'll be some interviews and all that kind of stuff that we'll be conducting. But yeah, we made it a point that we are not involved in the final selection process that's being done by the Peyton's Promise Board.
Is Alexis on the board?
She is not.
Dodged a bullet there,
You
didn't
knew
you?
the answer to that question before you ever asked.
I don't want to be on your board anyways then.
I don't want to be on your charity board.
Acting like that.
You would love it, though, if we were all on the board and you weren't.
Yeah, I would love it.
Yeah.
You would definitely want to be a part of it. Mm-hmm. There's a woman on the internet. She's dealing with a little bit of an issue. So this cat that belongs to her neighbor keeps coming over to her house, and she doesn't have any pets. She's got no children. She's a single woman, young. And when the cat comes up to her door, she lets the cat in. The cat will stay for a couple hours, and then it'll paw at the door, and she opens the door, and the cat goes back home. This has happened for weeks now. Then the other day, the neighbor that owns the cat came over and said, "Hey, don't bring my cat into your house anymore." And she goes, "Well, the cat came up to my door. I wasn't enticing it in with treats. I don't feed him. He just wants to hang out for a little bit." And she goes, "That's fine. I just don't want him coming to your house. He can go to other people's houses." And she goes, "What is it about me that you don't want your cat in my house?" She goes, "Well, I don't really know you that well." And she goes, "Well, okay, well, you can either keep your cat inside, or I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to stop letting it in my house." So she's now asked the internet what they think about it, and people are basically saying that this is a weird case of extreme jealousy on behalf of the cat owner.
Because the cat wants to go into the neighbor's house?
Apparently.
Yeah, it sounds like it's one of those neighborhood cats. She owns it, but all the people in the neighborhood let it in their house, and it comes around, plays with everybody, friendly. And then she just doesn't know this woman well enough to be letting the cat into her house.
Somebody asked an interesting question, because this woman is young and single. They said, "Are you significantly better looking than the woman that owns the cat is?" And she said, "Yeah." So there might be something there that this woman is young and attractive and she's jealous of her because of that.
You think she's just, yeah, okay. She's just jealous of her in general and doesn't like her because this person is more attractive.
Yeah. I think that's kind of crazy. But pet owners can be super
I would
weird.
love if somebody would admit, yeah, there's a neighbor I don't like just because I know he or she is better looking than me.
Better looking.
But, I mean,
I don't like
how hard could that be to be better looking than a woman who has a cat?
Well, listen, that's a bold statement. I mean, I don't know. Oh, wait.
I mean, it's like a better bad choice, how the people describe that, whatever. No offense, Alexis.
Yeah, you're so hilarious.
Would you have a problem if Khaleesi started going over to a girl's apartment that you already didn't like?
100%.
Yeah.
She would be punished.
The
Keep your cat away from my door.
Yeah, I mean,
the cat.
Yeah, handle your cat.
Don't let your cat out.
Yeah.
But what if you realize the only reason you didn't like this other girl is because she's better looking than you?
That would never happen.
That she would be better looking than you, or that you would not like her because of it?
Both.
It's a moot point, really.
Yeah.
That would never happen.
I can't even imagine
I can't hypothesize that.
Like maybe you thought she looked at Jay one time, checking him out, and in your heart of hearts she's better looking and could steal him if she wanted to.
No.
That kind of thing. Okay.
Wow.
Jay. But then I would just, I would tell that woman, well, keep your cat off my porch. When the cat comes back here on the porch, if I let him in again, I'm not letting him back out. So you keep him at your house.
Yeah, turn the tables.
I'm going to call animal services to come control this cat.
Yeah. Well, then.
Don't be coming up on my front step telling me what I can and can't do with your cat when he's infringing on my property.
Yeah. Oh, turning the tables.
Mm-hmm. That cat's going to have a net thrown over it.
Stop.
You're going to have to take it, go get it at the shelter.
That's right.
Keep it in your house.
Throw him in the paddy wagon.
He's trespassing.
Yeah.
Get the bobbies over here.
She shouldn't have been letting that old nasty cat in her house.
Well, that's
to begin
weird
with.
too. I would
That's
never
it.
let some
Yeah, who
random
lets
cat in
strange
my
cat in the
house.
house to begin
That's
with?
weird. I mean, I would play with it outside of the house, but.
Oh, I'm waiting for a stray cat to come up to my door.
Oh. And you're gonna let it in?
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to let it out.
Yeah, I'm keeping it forever.
The Ace and TJ Show.
Ace and TJ family presents Unfiltered, Uncensored, and Uninterrupted. Well, almost. Right here. Let's go! This is Share Funny from the Ace and TJ Show Plus.
Y'all crazy.
About to do share
Y'all
funny.
crazy.
About to do some share funny.
So we have a stage show tonight, a dog and pony show that people come and watch. It's going to be in public housing, from what I understand. Is that what? In the public housing.
We going to the projects?
But it says something public housing is the name of the place. What's it called?
H2 Public House in Cornelius, North Carolina.
Yeah, in Cornelia. No, it's a great place. Yeah, so we were in there one day, and we were having lunch, sharing one with another, and Jody goes, "You know what? I like this place. I'm gonna ask them if they want to do a Share Funny Live here." Tracking down the manager, and he comes over, and of course he was completely fanboying over me. So it's a cool place, though. A lot of good atmosphere.
Good vibes.
It's a very not good vibes.
There are no
it's
vibes.
a good atmosphere. It's a handsome looking place.
Nice.
Dark colors like the wood. It's really nice.
It's filled with dark woods.
Mm-hmm. Rich darkness and the perfect amount of light.
Okay.
I like the way you described that rich darkness with yet the perfect amount of light.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't want to go. I'm saying I don't want to do this shit.
Sorry, I'm making a lot of noise.
That was you being noisy over there.
I apologize. I've made a lot of noise and I didn't mean to.
It's like you're racking a shotgun.
So your boyfriend's coming tonight, Alexis?
Yes.
Jay?
He's my driver.
Oh, he is?
Mhm.
But, so you're going to drink tonight?
No, I'm not drinking.
Oh, okay.
But I just want to be driving around. I don't want to drive no more.
Well, it's probably safer that way.
So in other words, you're using his gas.
Yep.
Okay. Is he going to bring his food truck? Because I mean, I think... I just pictured that being his mode of transportation.
Right.
Like everywhere he goes, he's driving a food truck.
He's like advertising 24/7, man.
Well, she sent me a picture of him last night because he was wearing an Ace and TJ shirt out in front of his food truck, and he was reading a book. Like he was just out there relaxing. Yeah. I was like, is this a camp? Are they camping? Or is he really working, serving up food?
He's reading?
Yeah, he had a book in his hand. He
Yeah.
wasn't reading it at the time. He put it down to pose for the picture, but he was holding it like
Yeah.
he's just out there reading a novel.
He'll read like if he within like slow times. If he doesn't have any customers.
He doesn't have a phone?
Shut up.
Or he can, you know.
He chooses to read. The other day we
Nerd.
had the best morning
He's a
ever.
nerd.
We were sitting outside drinking coffee and both reading, and I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for.
Oh,
He
is it?
reads. Yes.
Oh.
What's he reading?
A book by what's his name? Something Robbins.
Tony Robbins?
Tony Robbins.
Baskin?
No, Tony Baskin.
Tony Robbins. Is Tony Robbins still doing his
Yeah.
seminars
Yeah.
and all that stuff?
He was on Fox News the other day.
You think if I'm going to go to any of that and walk on hot coals?
He doesn't do that, does he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure does.
He does the hot coals.
That's what we were talking about earlier. Some of the people do that you think is dumb. That's it. When I see people walking over hot coals, you know, out there in their with their dress pants rolled up.
Yeah.
You know, out there looking like Huck Finn in a suit.
I get it. I don't think I would.
with the rolled up pants.
I don't think I would do it, but I do see I do see thinking, I bet I could do that. Like if other people do it, like you know, I can do that.
I think you could do it.
Well, you know what?
I
Why
don't
don't
know.
you just
I swear to God, I just Googled Tony Robbins on hot coals because I wanted to see if he still does it. First thing that comes up is a story with 1.5 million views from 6 years ago. Headline from Inside Edition: 30 people injured when Tony Robbins' hot coals ritual goes horribly wrong.
Yikes.
But
Yeah.
Oprah did it. Here's a video of Oprah doing it.
I feel like I could do it.
But then why don't you just say, okay, the power of positive thinking. You're going to not even feel when I throw this piping hot soup in your face.
Yeah.
It's the power of positive thinking.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but that's some hot ass soup you got there. It's steaming.
I'm positive it's really hot.
I'm positive now. I got blisters on my feet.
Look, and y'all know
I'm
me.
walking over, now I'm smelling burning flesh.
Yeah, I am not that positive a person, and I just don't see that I would be able to come up with that much positivity. And when it comes to me, I just don't see that I would be able to come up with that much positivity in my life.
Tony would be like, "No, you really shouldn't do this."
Yeah, he'd be like, "You're not really sold on that you can do this, do you?"
If
No.
Mr. Todd was out there filming you, you'd do it.
If
you do realize
if a tabloid reality show is out there,
here we go.
They say,
You do realize I don't do it other than like doing Ace at Large. Mr. Todd doesn't film me. He doesn't.
He films himself.
But yeah, if somebody was out there with hot feet of love or whatever, he'd be
Yeah.
Look at that. He'd be running all over them poles.
If there's a chance,
back and forth, back and forth.
if there's a chance that $10 could be made, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll go for it.
I got $10.
How we set up a cold walking session?
Right, I got $10 too. We all put $10 in.
Can we throw egg foo young in your face for $30?
Yes.
Some wonton soup.
Can we grab your ding-a-ling and pliers?
Yeah, we'll go viral.
Yeah.
Damn. This is how do you get people to fall for that?
He is captivating.
I've seen his stuff.
He really is. I mean, he's just got a remarkable way with words, and
I know.
makes you feel good. And
I know. But I'm not falling for somebody telling me that I can walk over hot coals.
I get it.
Was he the one that was on Shallow Hal? Is that him?
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't know anything else about him.
He's kind of Frankenstein-esque.
He's a big old dude.
Yeah,
he's very Lurch-like.
Yeah. Missing link.
Yeah. Get off the hot coals, you missing link, ya.
Yeah. But I think the hot coals, isn't it? He's like empowering you.
I know.
That you are confident enough in yourself that you can walk over the coals.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything.
I prefer the works of his father, Baskin.
Yeah. It's a good man.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems like a pretty fun dude.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't come across as a complete and total tool bag like that Mark Cuban does. You know.
Do you remember that time we had drinks with Mark Cuban and he was a really cool guy? That was before he became really famous. Before he bought the Dallas Mavericks. It was the early 2000s. TJ and I met Mark Cuban in a bar, and he was very cool. It was an enjoyable conversation.
Well, I didn't talk to him that much. I just kind of stood and listened to him talking to people. You know, but I do love the Cubans.
And I love a Cuban sandwich, let me tell you.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
But
I've really been into the Cuban sandwiches lately.
Substitute, put mayo instead of mustard.
I like that. And then I want some plantains. This is my side.
Yeah, I don't want all that.
I don't want plantains.
I'm American. I want my Cuban sandwich American style.
Stop it.
I would much
With
rather have
fries and
mustard
ranch
than
on the side.
mayonnaise on anything. I love mustard
Oh,
on
no,
pretty
I
much
don't
everything.
like mustard.
Hot mustard, spicy mustard, yellow mustard. I don't care.
Dijon. Somebody give me a sweet
Grey
pickle
Poupon.
when I order a Cuban sandwich. I'm gonna be fit to be tied.
A what?
A sweet pickle instead of a dill pickle.
Yeah, I know.
The dill pickle goes with the Cuban.
Oh, with nice melty Swiss cheese. Oh,
Mm.
so good.
You see where her head's at. You're talking about Mark Cuban. She's like, and Cuban sandwiches. I love Cuban sandwiches.
Yeah, Mark Cuban sandwiches.
I'm like an addict that's like detoxing.
Yeah.
What a
On the way home are just killing you. That's gonna be bad.
There's McDonald's at the next exit. Oh.
Now I'm talking about a picture of a McDonald's burger up on the billboard.
Oh, and it looks so juicy and the cheese is just bubbling.
He'll be sitting in the seat beside you right in the car. You're like, hey, quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it sounds like that's already happening for her.
Quarter pounder with cheese on a billboard looking like sex up there. He's like,
Or like a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken, and the skin on that chicken looks like I could already just, I could hear the noise it makes when I crunch into it.
Isn't that one of the best parts of it too? When you hear that skin,
Oh, it's the best. I love fried chicken skin.
and a bit of it kind of just peels off on its own. You've got that piece of like a nice chunk of loose skin that you just pop in your mouth. Maybe dip in a little gravy and throw it in your mouth.
Riggins had a video of some chicken wings yesterday, and I told him exactly where I would take the first bite.
Yeah, she said, I would bite right there. Who's looking? Stop looking at my computer, first of all. Secondly, weird.
So, don't you think that skin is so much better on the fourth piece?
Stop it. You're so gross, dude. I'm not falling for that one anymore.
But you would waste it on KFC. If I were on a diet and I was about to cheat with some chicken, it wouldn't be KFC.
You do
I'd be-
Bojangles?
Yeah, that wouldn't
What
be
we
my
have
first
around here,
choice,
Bojangles.
but I wouldn't be opposed to it if that's all I had.
Listen, exactly.
I like
wouldn't
KFC.
waste- I
Extra
wouldn't-
crispy KFC.
I wouldn't waste it on that.
And I like their mac and cheese. And their mashed potatoes pretty good, too.
Yeah, and those potato logs, don't sleep on them.
The what?
You get the mashed potatoes and gravy. Their fries are more like potato logs, they're big fat fries, like big steak fries, and you can take them
wedges.
Yeah, they don't have,
wedges, you
they don't have
drag-
wedges anymore.
They don't.
Nope.
Yeah.
They got rid of them.
Did you say wedgies?
Wedge. I don't think I did, but
I think you said wedgies.
I have a large order of wedgies with the gravy.
yeah, they got fries now.
Those KFC bowls were really good. I don't know if they make them anymore,
Oh, they
but that was
do.
the best
Yeah.
because they had the corn, the mashed potatoes, the chicken, gravy.
I mean, you would drive past grocery stores that have really good fried chicken and go to KFC.
Just to get it right there and then, probably. Publix has really good chicken.
But you right there and then. You mean you'd be eating it driving down the road? You can't eat fried chicken
Oh, I
driving.
have.
It's not safe.
Okay, it might not be safe, but I've done it many times.
You
Especially
can
if you
do
get
it.
a drumstick, you just hold it. You just hold it onto the.
I love holding the breast while I'm driving.
But yeah, it's still gonna be so messy, even if you're holding a leg.
Yeah, listen, at that point, if I'm like cheating on my diet, I don't care about being clean or whatever.
Cheating on your dad?
Cheating on my diet.
I got it. If it makes you feel any better, Alexis, I've got a starting Monday. I've been kind of half-assing it this week, but I really have got to get serious and try to get back in shape because I'm just
Summer's coming. You gotta have a summer bod. You gonna have a dad bod when your baby gets here?
I would just like to lose. I need to lose about 15, 18 pounds. Why are you shaking your head, Riggins?
25. I mean, what? I'm just saying, people have been whispering.
Well, they have the right to be.
They say you a little chunk.
I am a little chunk.
What's going on with Ace?
Yeah.
I've never called it a drumstick.
What'd you call it? A leg?
A leg.
Leg.
Yeah, it's
A
a leg.
drumstick was always, it was one of those. That's what Yankees call it, a drumstick. Because you go there, you don't order a drumstick and a thigh. They call it a leg and a thigh.
It's a leg.
Right.
But then again, the thigh is part of the leg.
Can have some legs.
I don't like it when you get wings and they're like the drummies. I hate that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the flat and I guess the drum is what you call it. But
And I'm one of those. I'm good. I'm good either way. I would prefer the drums, but I'm good. If they say all we have is flats, I don't care.
I want
Bring
all
it.
flats.
I don't have a
extra.
preference.
I'll pay extra to get all flats.
I look at little drummy.
What is it about all flats that you like so much better, TJ?
It's a lot juicier, greasier. Yeah, the drum part is more like white meat.
Oh, but so when you get like the one that's like really big at the top and you just take a one huge bite, you put it in the ranch and the whole thing is covered in
Yeah, it's like the bite. It's the bite that kind of sticks off the side. So when you go to dip it in the ranch, the entire bite fits perfectly into the ranch. When you bring it up, it's just covered in ranch. You bite that big fat piece of meat.
It's hard to put a flat inside a ranch.
Well,
No, but you don't. You can't really suck on a drum. I mean, you get that flat, you drag it in there, and then you just man, you can suck it off of that
See,
bone a lot
I
easier.
tear
It's
it
a lot.
apart.
The meat's a lot more tender on a flat.
Yeah, I take the bones out of the flat first and then dunk it.
And let me tell you, I leave those bones clean, honey.
Mhm.
I hate when someone eats wings and they have a plate full of bones and there's so much meat on them.
Do you
That's
go
a
after
waste. No, I'm not going to go after it.
It's funny that's meant to be shared. This is the Share Funny Podcast from the Ace and TJ family. You're watching the Share Funny Podcast live on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers and Associates Realty team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232, 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
If you have a business and you want to take your advertisements to the next level, then you need to be using Ace TJ Media. You want the most creative content for digital, video, and audio? It's all at Ace TJ Media. Go to acetjmedia.com.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Hey, hon? What are all these people doing in our house?
Oh, they're from Sweet Dreams. They stand behind their furniture. Isn't that great?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't literally physically stand behind the furniture in your house. What you have just witnessed is a simple dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Somebody should get fired.
That's how the
I mean, how'd you
Titanic
miss that?
sank.
That's how the Titanic sank?
Yeah, because they were supposed to be looking out for icebergs, and they
Oh.
were like, "Oh,
I thought you meant
icebergs."
an asteroid hit it.
Yeah, I was like, well,
what version did you see?
I was gonna let it.
Just eat that meat and be proud about it.
Mm-hmm. Eat that meat. Be proud.
Yes.
It sounds like a dopehead movie to me.
No. It's a very like brain type movie.
Oh,
a very brain type movie.
Yeah.
Save that clip. It's like a very brain type movie.
You know.
Yeah,
I get it.
That was that's an all-time classic, Alexis. Oh, right there.
Welcome back to the Share Funny Podcast on Ace TJ TV. Share Funny is a production of the Ace and TJ family. For more, download the Ace and TJ app in your app store. Now, more of the Share Funny Podcast.
So dumb, man.
You dumb.
Oh, yeah.
That was. Oh, Riggins, is that weekend? You gonna do the weekend review tonight? You'll have that done. I know you've been busy and we got meetings and and all of that.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I can.
You're about to ruin his day.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I just asked. I mean,
it's a wash.
There's a lady on. I guess this was on TikTok. Yeah, she's a TikToker, and she's crying, making video of herself sobbing, talking to the camera. That in and of itself, I think is that's foreign to me, of why you would video yourself crying and sobbing and then put it. This is what I want the world to see. I want the world to see me crying. I don't understand that.
Or taking pictures of themselves crying and posting it.
Yeah. I mean,
so many people
I
now
hate
on
it.
TikTok, though, use it as a way to share whatever their experience is when their relationship is falling apart, or they film their significant other yelling at them and post it and all this kind of stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not staged?
No.
That's so
it's like,
cringy.
this is what it's like living with a narcissist. And then after they leave the house, and the next the follow-up videos, them they're crying. I just can't take it anymore, or something like that.
I hate
this
that.
lady's crying because she doesn't like the tattoo she just got.
Okay, well.
And it covers one entire side of her back, and she doesn't like the work on it. Now, that happens a lot. People don't like their tattoos and whatnot, but this is an opportunity to point out something that I say to people, they have a hard time getting what I mean. So this is a good example of what I'm talking about when I say that it's gotten to the point where people are overly using the word literally in huge amounts. And I'm not talking about people saying literally when it doesn't apply. Like, I am literally starving to death right now. I'm talking about saying literally when it's not necessary. For example, this woman says, I'm devastated I didn't get the tattoo I wanted. I'm literally stuck with this for life. Okay, no need to use the word literally there. You're
tattoo,
just stuck.
we're aware.
You're stuck with it. All right. And then somebody commented on it and said, I don't get how people get bad tattoos. Like, they literally do a stencil and ask you if you like it. Not to mention, I would literally tell them to stop.
Literally.
Yeah. So I don't get how people get bad tattoos. They do a stencil and ask you if you like it first. So nobody would think that you meant figuratively they do a stencil. Not to mention, I would tell them to stop. I would figuratively tell them to stop. But how you going to, Riggins, when you were getting your tattoo on your back, were you watching them the whole time? You could see what they were doing the whole time?
No.
That's what I mean. If you're getting a tattoo on your back, they could be, tattooing a big deer on you. But you think they're doing a tree and a butterfly.
But when they do it, they typically, and I don't know how they did yours rings, but did they mark it on or something, like put an imprint or something on so you could see, like, hey, this is what, and then they hold it like a mirror. This is what it will look like. You're like, okay, go for it.
Yeah, I was messed up. I do not remember any of it. Really.
Because when they did the crosses, like when my mom and when my mom and Peyton both got their matching little cross on the back of their neck, they kind of did I don't know what you would call it, but there's an outline, and then the guy was able to use 2 mirrors and showed them like, hey, this is what it looked like. Is this where you want it, how you want it? They both said yes. Boom. Then he went to work on it. So just the colorization was the only thing that they could have complained about because they had already agreed. Looks perfect.
I think he did show the stencil, but the work that he did over the stencil, she says, is not good.
Yeah.
So she couldn't look at it as it was being done and say, "Oh, wait, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look like the stencil or the picture or whatever." But it doesn't look bad to me. I mean, as far as somebody, a woman getting half of her back tattooed with a flower and a butterfly. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, not
It's a
like
flower and a butterfly.
Yeah, it's not like you went in there with a beautiful piece of detailed artwork that you wanted. Because she said it looked like the butterfly looks like it's from a cartoon or a coloring book. Well,
it's a butterfly.
Yeah,
that's what it's going to look like.
Especially when it's just it doesn't have the color filled in on it or anything. It's just the outline, so to speak. I don't know if this is one of those where she's got to go back several times. That's to me what would be brutal is getting a tattoo that's so. When people go and they get the big tattoos they're so involved that you got to go, get part of it done and then wait a week or whatever, go back and get another part of it done, and then because you'll see people posting finally got it finished, on their sleeve or whatever. I'd be like, come, just give me the express. I don't have to have it. You don't have to have it perfect. Just get it on there.
When you're going for 6 3-hour sessions to get it done.
Yeah.
Man,
I could never do that.
I respect the level of commitment to that, though, but it's not for me.
I'm too much of a wimp. You can't do that.
Jay has a big tattoo on his arm. What is it? I could just see it coming out, but
Yeah, so it's some type of tribal pattern.
Tribute to the first and the second,
I suppose. I don't know.
or just one of those. You know what'd be cool? I'll do this. And then about 2 days afterwards, you go, why did I do that?
Right. Little dummy.
But whenever he gets married, his wife can't throw it away. Like Ace's wife wanting him to throw away all the stuff with his name on it.
Yeah, he can't
throw the arm away.
Yeah. I don't think she took too kindly to that yesterday either.
To
She
what?
was like, I don't want you to throw away good stuff. She said the main thing she wants me to throw away is I still have a bunch of old paperwork and all. And to be fair, like in a bag that I pulled out, TJ, I went through stuff and it had our original contracts from like 1998 when we came to Charlotte and the thing that told us about stock options and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So why do I have that stuff?
But Ace's rule is if it's got his name on it, it can't be thrown away.
He's like, it's got my name on it.
It's got my name on it. I don't want to throw it away.
I feel bad.
And it's your nickname, not your actual
I know,
name.
but I feel bad if somebody does something nice for me and it does something personalized for me, no matter where it's from. Even if it's like a marketing thing, like that Bobcats jersey. I just feel bad, like throwing it away. Like people went to an effort to do something nice. I feel guilty if I throw it away. Like the guy made that T-shirt for us. This was 20 years ago, and the T-shirt with the race car on the back that had our names on the hood and all. I was like, I've never worn that T-shirt, not once, ever. And I just felt bad throwing it. I couldn't throw it away because like this guy went to a lot of effort to make this. It was very nice of him.
So you wouldn't ever get a tattoo of your name, like a cool, like those.
No.
Like the Ace of Spades playing card or something like that.
Oh, maybe it was just the Ace of Spades. That'd be cool.
Yeah, no, I don't want a tattoo of anything about my name or something on me, on
Bullshit.
myself. No, it's not my thing at all. Not my thing. It's like when my dad gave me that personalized license plate that time for Christmas. Oh, thanks, Dad.
What did it say?
It says Ace.
Oh, just Ace?
It said Ace A, Ace-A. And I was like, he was so proud of it. And I was like, it's cool. Awesome. Then I had to put it on my car because my car was registered like that now. And it's like, it was okay. I mean, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have that now framed.
Yeah.
The license plate is different.
I didn't like it at first. But
It looks cool on the wall. I don't have it up on the wall yet because I still have to hang stuff in the new house in the office. But now that we got the bed moved in there and everything, we know how it's going to look. I can go ahead and hang stuff.
So yeah, that's what happens. If it's got his name on it, it gets framed.
Yeah. I have one thing left to be framed, I think. And it's I want to frame one of the jerseys from Peddling for Peyton and put a little thing under it that has like the dates and all that kind of stuff because I'm really proud of that. That worked out really well.
So some of this other stuff, memorabilia you're hanging it in the baby's room?
No.
Oh, I was about to say poor baby.
No. That's not allowed.
Look at that little man.
Yeah.
That's your daddy.
Yeah. No memorabilia gets to go in the baby's room.
Good night, sweet
he wouldn't
prince.
appreciate it.
Remember,
Right.
That baby
your
wouldn't
daddy was
appreciate
a
it.
badass.
What will go in the baby's room eventually, because this is one of the great things about having a boy. I have these cool old black and white photos of like Tiger Stadium at LSU when it was originally built and all this kind of stuff. Historic photos of LSU, mainly LSU sports stuff that I don't know if I'll have a place to put them up in the house, but eventually as he grows older, those will go in his room. I have a picture that I bought at an auction autographed by Carlton Fisk of the Boston Red Sox. Very famous home run he hit in the World Series. That's a big black and white photo that's framed. And one from the Miracle on Ice in 1980 that's autographed by the goalie, Jim Craig, has his picture in it. And that's framed. And so it's like, whew, now that I got a boy,
Poor baby.
as soon as infant time is over and we start moving into little boy room, boom,
Oh no.
we're getting them on the walls.
Poor little
Getting them back up there because
Dax doesn't know what's coming.
Because I hate they're not up somewhere in that house. I love those two pictures so much.
He'd be like, Dad, come on. No one has black and white pictures anymore. Why are you acting like a grandpa?
They'll be so cool.
You don't even get it.
You don't get it. You really don't get it. Can't wait.
Fun.
Well, why wait?
You know Amanda's not going to let him put that up.
See, that's the problem. Amanda is not going to let him.
Yeah.
Amanda is, she's a child herself. She's a baby having a baby.
Get out. She's 30 years old.
So
Same age you were when you had a baby.
you ought to be laying down the law.
No, because it's.
You're like, hey, listen, little girl.
I'm putting up
If
my
I
pictures.
want to put up some black and white pictures
Only
in
one of them
Ace
black and white.
Junior's room, then I'm gonna damn do it.
Yeah, they're gonna be killer. But it needs. But
I want
we got
his,
to cross over until he becomes a little bit older.
If I want his baby bed to be a drag car, that's what it's gonna be.
Hell
Do what I damn
Now,
please.
you are grounded.
That's right.
As soon as this baby comes, you're grounded.
Go to your room.
Share funny from the Ace and TJ family. More next. You're watching the Share Funny podcast live on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers and Associates Realty team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232. 704-439-6232 or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
If you have a business and you want to take your advertisements to the next level, then you need to be using Ace TJ Media. You want the most creative content for digital, video, and audio? It's all at Ace TJ Media. Go to acetjmedia.com.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Hey, hon? What are all these people doing in our house?
Oh, they're from Sweet Dreams. They stand behind their furniture. Isn't that great?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't literally physically stand behind the furniture in your house. What you have just witnessed is a simple dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Somebody should get fired.
That's how the
I mean, how'd you
Titanic
miss that?
sank.
Yeah, that's how the Titanic sank?
Yeah, because they were supposed to be looking out for icebergs, and they
Oh.
were like, "Oh,
I thought you meant
icebergs."
an asteroid hit it.
Yeah, I was like, well,
What version did you see?
I was gonna let it fall.
Just eat that meat and be proud about it.
Mm-hmm. Eat that meat. Be proud.
Yes.
It sounds like a dopehead movie to me.
No. It's a very like brain type movie.
Oh,
A
No?
very like brain type movie.
Yeah.
Save that clip. It's like a very like brain type movie.
You know.
Yeah,
I get it.
that was that's an all-time classic, Alexis. Oh, right there.
Welcome back to the Share Funny Podcast on Ace TJ TV. Hey, it's funny you'll share. The Ace and TJ family presents the Share Funny Podcast from the Ace and TJ Show.
I can't believe I missed it that Carnival has returned to Rio in Brazil. I used to never miss a Carnival, but when the COVID came around, they had to call it off, but it's back. Full-fledged Carnival celebrations. And a story from the Daily Mail. That was the one you and Amanda were in, the Daily Mail?
Yep.
Man dressed as 7-foot penis is arrested for harassing women.
Say that again?
This guy running around in a penis costume.
Oh, okay.
Was arrested, and they have a picture of it, here on the Daily Mail website. Big old inflatable brown penis costume, complete with a set of nads at the bottom.
Ew.
All you can see is his arms sticking out and his face coming out of a hole that would be the bottom of the penis. It's a great costume.
I mean, that's pretty funny.
And it's not illegal to wear that costume. It's just illegal to harass women while you're wearing it.
Oh, he was doing that.
Yeah. And, well, what are you supposed to do? What do you expect from a guy who's wearing a 7-foot penis costume?
Yeah.
Hey.
It's like, go,
Ew.
I'm just imagining that's what he's doing. He's like, ooh. What is it? And his mugshot is in the penis costume?
No, it shows the officer taking him into custody on the street. He's wearing flip-flops, and all you can see his face poking out of a hole, his arms sticking out, and his feet. Other than that, it's just full-on inflatable penis. And somebody say it looks more like a poo-poo than the penis.
Like what?
Really?
Like a poo-poo.
Like a
Like a poo.
walking poo?
Yeah.
With a face.
Yeah.
With a face.
Ooh. Oh, bother.
Man.
They like to have festivals there in Brazil, don't they?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. They're always partying.
Mm. Isn't that where, what's the other one? Hedonism, isn't that in Brazil? Where is that? Jamaica. That's Jamaica. Yeah. That's
The ripping and the tearing. The ripping and the tearing. The wild
Carnival, Rio de Janeiro.
I don't know anything about that.
It's a lot. It's like a
Carnival?
Mardi Gras.
What's
kind
the
of thing.
is there a penis theme or something?
No, that was just
No,
the
everyone's
costume he
dressed as
chose to wear. They wear different costumes, and that was his.
The girls
You've
with
ever
like the
seen
giant feathers.
If you've ever seen videos of Carnival, it is way sexier than Mardi Gras.
Yeah, way sexier.
Way, because it's like one of the sexiest things on the planet.
And huge. Huge penises.
And huge penises.
And yeah, huge penis costumes.
I think there is a place where they have like a penis festival, though. I think it's in China or Japan, and everybody dresses up as penises. And they wear penis hats, like all the things are penis related. It's penis straw. I'm serious. It's like a family event.
How many times have you hosted a penis festival?
Wow. It's a family-friendly thing?
I think everybody goes to it. It's just like normal.
Yeah, this tonight we celebrate the penis.
It's next to Small Town Adventures.
Yeah.
Going to the penis
That's where we
festival.
need to go for one of them. Go to the penis festival.
Wow.
Ooh, I mean,
And you say that they take the whole family?
I feel like that's what I've seen.
I didn't realize there were that many costumes for that.
And they have like a parade and a float.
A penis parade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the floats look the same, though. I mean, pretty limited to the shape.
It's a Japanese festival dedicated entirely to penises. Look, see?
Yeah. They're carrying like huge penises.
Look, taking selfies.
Oh my gosh.
Wild.
It seems
Wonder
lit.
what the origin of that is.
And look at this one lady has a penis thing on. They're carrying it on their shoulders, and then there's a dad walking with his daughter on his shoulders.
Nice. What are the dates of this year's festival? Does it say?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm looking at the pictures. It's the Penis
Some pictures
Festival
are way better.
2023.
It's like your mouth all day. Like, if you Google.
Sunday, April 2nd.
Okay.
It's coming up.
Well, I'm glad they're doing it on a Sunday.
Yeah, the Lord's Day.
Right before Easter.
Terrible.
Well, they don't know nothing about that over there in Japan. Well, if we had more notice, we could make it this year. Do a full-fledged field trip for it. Broadcast.
Do you think there's something to be said for societies where they are a little bit more, I'm not saying, hedonistic, but if they're a little bit more relaxed about, I don't know, about sexuality and not sexualizing so many things so that people seem to be adapted a little bit better? For example, like in Australia, when we went to Australia for the Olympics that time, all the beaches are topless. Well, the kids don't think anything about it. So to the kids, seeing a topless woman on the beach, they couldn't care less. It doesn't faze them. They don't notice it. So it almost the stigma or the excitement that goes with seeing a topless woman is not the same for them because it's not a big deal for them.
They're used to it, yeah.
They're not told it's wrong, don't look, that kind of stuff. It seems to be more common. There seems like there could be something about that could have some positive effects. I mean, there's a fine line you're walking though by going too far. I don't know the answer to that. I'm just saying, if it takes away some of the stigma or the enticement to want to see it, it would be a little bit better maybe. I don't know.
Because, I mean, the sexuality and all in America has become so much more relaxed than it was, and it's terrible. It's killing our society, our culture. I think it's one of the biggest downfalls of our society is the way that the United States and certain aspects of our culture have changed to being way far too open about sex and your fetishes and, expecting other people to celebrate your fetishes. Don't just accept them. You got to celebrate them or you're going to get shut down and canceled. You are going to support me walking around in a penis costume every day.
Yeah, I get
or
that.
Or you are going to support me in falling in love with a balloon and having sex with it in the park.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying show everything, but if you saw someone's, bare butt on TV or bare breasts on TV and kids wouldn't, and nobody freaked out about it, it wouldn't be that big a deal. You would just kind of Cruise on through. Nobody would give it a thought. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be as big a thing, and maybe everybody would be a little bit more calm about stuff.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Wouldn't be as crazy.
I mean, we should start kids smoking early.
I'm not. See,
because then they won't want to smoke or anything. They'll just be like, oh, that's an old
proven
thing.
to be harmful.
It's just worked with the British. Getting to see titties all the time.
Hey, miss any part of Share Funny? Subscribe to the podcast on all major podcast platforms. More Share Funny coming up. You're watching the Share Funny podcast live on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Welcome back to the Share Funny podcast on Ace TJ TV. Share Funny has its own Facebook group. To join, search Share Funny and get more. Now more Share Funny from the Ace and TJ family.
I ain't lying. I just got, what is it that every person under 35 has now in U.S. America? Anxiety. Yeah.
Anxiety.
I just got some anxiety. Looking over the notes and 1 sheets and 2 sheets and 3 sheets that we're about to have to discuss in our meeting.
There's no way this thing stays to an hour.
But it does. This is just I'm not complaining. This is just how my personality is. The way I start kind of freaking out on the inside when I look at all of this stuff, the schedule of events and topics and all that we're covering in the meeting, it feels like if you, like you were describing earlier, Riggins, when you got pulled over by the cops, for speeding. But this has me feeling like I've been pulled over by the cops, and I got a dead body in the trunk.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And they and they just let the dog out to pee.
Yeah. And then that dog wrote down a bunch of bullet points. And then sub bullet points. It's like that. Yeah, it can look a little overwhelming, but it probably won't be that confusing.
Yeah, and I know it's stuff that has to be done, but it's kind of why I've always ignored homework. Like it would just disappear. You know?
But it doesn't.
No. And it come back to bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
But there are 3 one-sheets. So how does that count as a one-sheet?
3 one-sheets.
Good question.
Got 3 one-sheets. So you got 3 sheets. No, it's a one sheet, but times 3.
Yeah. And then a spreadsheet. So, no, it just looks like a lot, I think.
Yeah. No, but the reason for that is because it's a lot.
Well, maybe.
I mean, a lot of words, and it's an outline that's and formatted and all of that. It's very intimidating.
Yeah.
Because, I'm show folk.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
But it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to Share Funny Live tonight.
Yeah.
And also looking forward to the hemorrhoid attack I'll have later.
Oh no!
Put those on the same level. The Share Funny Live and a coming hemorrhoid attack. It's both a pain in the ass.
You and I have a meeting. We have a meeting today at 1:30. You and I have to attend, TJ.
Yeah. I thought I was going to get out of that.
You can. You can just tell them, rebook it.
You put cream on hemorrhoids or something? Is that like the medication?
No, creamer.
Ew.
Coffee mate.
Coffee creamer?
Coffee mate.
Or Bengay. Icy hot.
Yeah, what would that do? Put some Bengay on? Would that just send you through the roof?
I don't know. I'll try it. Might freeze it.
Freeze them off.
No, it's an ointment.
That's
Ew.
never fun. That's,
No,
there's nothing
an
sexy about the word
ointment.
ointment.
No.
I have a prescription ointment that I need to get.
Nothing sexy about the word ointment or the word oozing.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you were just.
It's been a long time since you had to deal with that, though, right?
What?
It's been a few hours.
Yeah, last night I was jolted awake.
Before that, it's been a while, right?
Well, no, not really. I just hadn't talked about it. But I'm putting it in.
Tell us about your hemorrhoid.
No, wait, I'm putting it in though in the meeting one sheet today. We'll discuss that, right after new promotions on the horizon.
Yeah. We can make some money off that.
So, are you ready, Riggins, for the strip club reviews?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
These are the ones.
Do it, baby.
These are the 1-star strip club reviews. I got a couple here. Somebody's gonna have to remind me if I've already done these because I'm having to go through the vaults.
Before I forget, let me just point out, a lot of people have asked, is there any way you could look up or find 1-star strip club reviews from Britain and read them in your British voice like you did the other day?
Yeah, maybe that'll be like all
Something to
British.
look forward
week.
to. Okay.
Yeah. This is where we go across the country and read real 1-star reviews from the internet. These could be real, they might not be. It's the internet. We'll start in Newton, Alabama at a place called Teaser's Gentleman's Club. Tom left a 1-star review. I enjoyed the beer and the service by the waitresses were awesome. The DJ, however, was a dickhole. And I offered money to play a song, and he basically told us to go to hell and that he picked the music. 1 star.
Yeah, I don't come telling you how to do your job.
Yeah, exactly. Then we go to Fresno, California. Johnny left a 1-star review. This place is awful. A girl got on stage with a Halloween mask. The Long Island drink was awful. And the girls who were on the main stage never took off their tops. Mind you, this is a topless strip club. The waitress told me the girls' main focus is on private dancing, and they're not focused on the stage work. Needless to say, we left with all our money. Don't waste your time or money in this place. 1 star.
But having scary masks on, I mean, that's pretty hot.
Yeah, that's
bringing a little something extra, a little Michael Myers. Then we can go to Dream Girls at Rick's in Seattle, Washington. John left a 1-star review. I stopped in this place one afternoon just after moving to Lake City, thinking it was a cocktail lounge. Big mistake. No cocktails, and it smelled like sweat and decomposing tuna fish.
Oh.
I turned right around and left. I read in the paper later that this place is actually a house of ill repute. 1 star.
Decomposing
tuna fish.
Yeah.
Out of the can, maybe. Even worse.
Yum.
Yep. Then we can go to Babes in Arcadia, Florida. Joe left a 1-star review. If 0 stars were available, I'd select that. The first time in the area, and this has to be the most low-down, shitty strip club I've ever been to. All the strippers sitting around like they're waiting on a dance themselves. Most of them are just on the phones like they're home with their family talking about their favorite shows. The music is trash. Execute the DJ. 1 star.
It's brutal. Like these millennial strippers, you just can't get good work out of them.
It doesn't seem that way, does it?
Mm-mm. We can go to Seattle, Washington, at a place called Devil's Triangle. And is that like a code for a vagina? Devil's Triangle?
Is it?
Look that up, Rob.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay. John left a 1-star review. It's a waste of time and your money, but beware the chubby girls go after your money. No touching possible. For a dance that costs you $40, you better go to Deja Vu Strip Club if you are downtown. 1 star.
So they won't let you touch them at all.
No touching.
No touching. As opposed to the ones that say no touching, but then you can still like brush them with the back of your hand.
Yeah, sure.
You can kind of graze across it.
That's what I was going to say. Aren't they all no touching?
Yeah, I don't know. Seattle's got weird rules, but he said that beware of the
more likely to steal.
Then we go Sapphires in New York City. Saul left a 1-star review. Pretty sure my boyfriend and I got roofied. We started a tab, ordered 1 drink each after having dinner and a drink before going. And a lady who had breast milk coming out of her boob was talking to us when we had our 1 alcoholic beverage. We were then asked to move from our table to another table that was off to the side and was darker. Then 4 hours disappeared and the cash in my wallet was gone. My debit card was lost and run up with purchases. Also, we had about $400 charged on our drink tab. This was at the Times Square location. It was empty that night and when we arrived, so I guess they was desperate. Stay away.
So, wow. How did I wonder how the whole breast milk thing, how did they find that out? Was she running around like squirting everybody with it, or
was it leaking? I don't know.
Were they saying that the roofies must have been in the milk?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot going on in that one.
Yeah, there's a lot to take in there. So what happens if they get roofied? I just don't know. If they get roofied, they can get them to use their debit card to buy stuff. And
I don't know what a roofie
but
does.
they can't even remember.
I thought a roofie knocked you out.
I did too. That's why I was asking. Are you with it enough to know that you're? Yeah, I'll buy that. Sure. They tell me to put your code in. We got you another round. Okay.
And what's the difference in a roofie and a Mickey?
I don't know.
Mickey? I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, that's old school.
Slipped him a Mickey.
Slipped him a Mickey. It's putting, drugs in their drink.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Scary stuff, though. Man.
Yeah. Sounds like a fun place, though, other than that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't want to get drugged in Times Square. That's like the worst place you can get drugged in, because then you go outside and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm literally at the center of the world right now.
But you also don't want to get squirted by some woman's breast milk in a strip club.
That's true. No breast milk.
I don't want that at all. No thanks.
It's not a place for it.
A coffee house, okay.
Yeah.
Strip club, no.
Not working. And then we'll wrap up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, downtown Cabaret. John said, I was denied entry by the bouncer for showing up as a man in a dress. He expressed concern that I wasn't wearing underwear, and he wouldn't even let me in. After I literally showed him my undergarments under my dress. I've never been so humiliated, and I will not be back. 1 star.
I beg to differ. Yeah. You have been humiliated. You didn't know it.
Ooh,
wow.
But I could see that, It's like, okay, well, you may be wearing underwear now, but you can just go to the bathroom, take your underwear off, and then you just...
Yeah.
Yeah, for the safety of the ladies that work there, they don't need that.
Safety of the ladies. especially the milk squirting ones.
Yeah. Oh, gracious. So those are the ones for strip.
The Share Funny Podcast is a production of the Ace and TJ family. To get more Ace and TJ 24/7, download the Ace and TJ app. Just search for Ace and TJ in your app store. All Share Funny material copyright ATJ Incorporated 2020.
Thanks for watching the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV, a JT Media live production